The Buss family is selling its stake in the Lakers as well, so Jeannie Buss cannot remain as team governor. At least 4 of the 6 Buss children had to vote yes to sell their family's share. Meanwhile, in college football, Ohio State is preseason number 1 in the AP poll. Oregon is number 2, its highest preseason ranking ever. Saints rookie wide receiver Jordan Tyson could miss about 2 months with his hamstring injury. Giants wide receiver Malik Neighbors returned to practice for the first time since last year's torn ACL. Live Golf canceled its championship weekend, so its season will end this weekend outside Indianapolis. In baseball, in the first of 2, St. Louis was a winner at Cincinnati 2-1. Reds are on top early in Game 2, 1-0 over the Cardinals top of the second. Orioles at Rays 1-1 top of the fourth. Yankees pitcher Carlos Rodon will come off the IL to start Tuesday. Yankees are second to Tampa Bay in the AL East. I'm Steve DeSager.
Elijah, put the camera on me. Sweetie.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Password.
Ack.
Enter, brother.
Yo.
This thing on?
Is this on? My voice is a little still stripped.
No, it has to be.
Hey, with that, with that password, guess what?
How much Magic City you need?
You
got a tissue for me?
It is a Magic City Monday. You have full access to this very fine radio program for the next 3 hours.
Not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5,
no matter
not 6.
How you listen in, Fox Sports Radio, foxsportsradio.com, the iHeartRadio app, SiriusXM Channel 83.
Wow.
And now, look
We'll do it live.
on YouTube.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Do it! Thank you, Bill. Yes, say my name.
Rob Parker.
Say his name.
Kelvin Washington.
And we are indeed the Odd Couple. This will be the English language Odd Couple, not what you had last week.
Oh,
Look, Rob G, you're not even listening. Rob G, you did I listen? Did you hear what I said? No. See,
we've been back.
Oh, God.
11 seconds.
Oh, God, Rob.
Did you miss it already?
I'm sorry,
Alex?
I pre-joked. I had it locked
You
in
didn't
there.
hear it? I was already ready. Rob
Alex.
G. I said you got the Odd Couple in English. This
So
week.
stupid.
Where's Monty?
Monty is right
That's
there.
gotta be racist.
She will kick you in the shin, Rob Parker.
Racist.
Yeah, you guys, y'all look good on there. Like I told Rob G, only got see a little bit here and there. Obviously, we were running the streets, but
What'd she say?
I don't know.
I'm in
Oh,
trouble.
she must have just heard the joke. She just heard the joke.
Sorry about that.
Yeah,
I'm
she hit
just
you with
playing.
another language. All right,
I know. I'm just playing. All right. Yes, and make sure you'll need our phone number on this Magic City Monday because we are, without question, the most listener-friendly national sports talk radio show on the planet.
Manios and Rob G.
On the planet. There you go. Sorry about that, Ben. But at least when people are still
That's the only
away.
time it counts, Rob.
I know. All right, write it down. Committed to memory, 877-99 on Fox. For you laymen out there who can't figure out letters and numbers, it's 877-996-6369. And if you hear feedback on the line when you call it, it's your own fault. It means only one thing.
You forgot.
You forgot to turn down the radio.
Turn it off.
And if you call in here and have a problem with what we say, tough because...
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. Do you have a problem? Turn off your station.
That's right. With that said, always remember...
The Odd Couple was filmed in front of a live audience.
Sweet-oo-beady, the boys are back in town.
There you go. Let's go. Big show.
Yeah.
Let me welcome in my co-host. He is...
Kelvin Washington.
There we go.
Man, I don't even know where to begin with you.
We don't have enough time, Rob G. We're not going to do this.
We won't
talk
do it now.
for 2
We'll do it
minutes.
later.
later. We're not going to blow the first segment.
I don't even know. I don't know what part. Do I talk about your shoe?
What shoe? Oh, my shoe busting at the.
Yo, not this man pulling a Zion Williamson, Alonzo Ball, Rob G, and Alex.
My shoe came apart.
This man was walking around this really nice hotel with one shoe on and a sock because his night was that wild. Oh, we got a lot we did
not look good as a unit with the odd couple with Rob Parker out here.
I'm just saying, it was not good.
We got lots to get to now. It feels good to be back, man. Great trip. We'll talk about it more down in Atlanta.
Yeah, but we did. The convention was top notch.
All my texts.
4,000 people.
Yeah, it was
packed.
It was. The only thing that I was a little like, dang.
But
it was packed.
4,000 people. And the other thing.
What's that?
So many young people.
Oh, my goodness. It seemed like it was. I kept saying, usually you kind of know, majority of the people. I was like, there's a bunch of young people who are hungry.
Freshmen and sophomore in college who are getting the word. Sometimes people don't find out until later on, right?
Hand
you
up.
didn't go to when?
I was 28.
Yeah, so you didn't even know all that time.
I was so mad until Rob.
You're like, what the heck?
No, I felt it was one of the few times in my life, and I mean this sincerely. Right. I wanted the DeLorean to go back in time. I'm like, ain't no way I missed, all 5, 6, 7, 8 years of this. I was so upset. So great time. We'll get into it more next time, but it's good to be back. See the crew. You guys, like I said, saw some of the clips and everything. Heard Alex was out here sitting in the other chair doing his thing.
I know.
Have to.
All right, hey, let's welcome in the Odd Couple crew because you wouldn't be able to do this fine radio program without them. Rob G is our producer.
But my airline told me Rob G was trying to make sure our flights was getting canceled so he could keep doing the show all week.
That's right.
I wasn't supposed to tell. They said Lil Birdie told me.
Thanks for filling in. We appreciate it, you guys holding down the show. And, of course, Alex is our engineer.
Alex, you're a hidden talent.
What, Alex?
Alex, you're a hidden talent.
No doubt about it. Steve DeSager's at the anchor desk.
Hey,
He'll
Steve.
keep us updated throughout the program. And, of course,
never heard of him.
Elijah.
Who is it?
Elijah.
I'm turning into Alex. I got to see him to believe it.
That's what I'm saying.
I got to see it to believe it.
Is our social media guru.
Nobody sees him.
No. Okay.
Got one more.
That's it.
And we coming back from NABJ. You got one more. That and February. You better not all February.
With the amount of Rob Parker pictures I got from Magic City, I should be honorary for a week. I was there. It felt like.
That's true.
I was like, how does Rob get all these pictures?
All right, Alexante.
I was like, thank God I'm at Westwood, or my lady be pissed right now.
Oh my! I knew. Oh my God! It was.
Rob lives it up. Man.
No, I have so many jokes. Y'all gotta go get the show started.
Let's get
I'm locked and loaded.
But we did. I'm gonna say, and I had a ball. I really did. I had a ball.
You were bigger than somebody who got dissed by NABJ. You were bigger than them.
This trip. We'll get into all that. All right. Let's do this. Make sure you check out our YouTube channel. Do that. Just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube and hit that subscribe button. Pretty simple, and we want you to be a part of it, and we appreciate it. All right, Rob G, let's start here. The NBA, there was some news. ESPN had a story about what's happening with the Lakers and Steve Ballmer and all that.
The Clippers and Steve Ballmer.
I mean,
and Rob, the news is there is no news because Pablo Torre is punching air right now. My man has been doing investigative pieces, winning Peabodys and Pulitzers for a year and a half.
They might take that Pulitzer
They
back.
might have to because apparently all that work was for naught. ESPN has reported today that the NBA has found no evidence showing that Clippers owner Steve Ballmer funneled money through the team sponsors to pay Kawhi Leonard in order to circumvent the salary cap. Instead, the NBA is now focused on whether the team's introduction of Kawhi to the sponsors could be some way of salary cap circumvention, but even that's kind of hard to prove. And even then, that's something that's pretty regularly happening across the NBA. However, if we're going to pump the brakes just a little bit, the NBA released a statement about an hour after this article went out saying, quote, ESPN's article regarding the Clippers investigation for which the NBA declined to cooperate contains numerous and significant inaccuracies. The results in this matter will be made clear.
They didn't say it was false.
Once the investigation is concluded.
No doubt. All right. And Kelvin, I'm just going to start here.
Yeah.
Further proof why Adam Silver is the worst commissioner in pro sports. This is a dog and pony show. No shock that we're not going to have anything. Steve Ballmer's too smart for them. There's no way his name is on anything, you know what I mean, or emails or any of that stuff. where you're going to be held accountable for this. So it is no surprise. And that the NBA has once again failed to take action when they needed to. We've seen it in the gambling situations. They've cleared players that later were indicted by the federal government. They've cleared players. And then you say, well, Adam Silver was the one who got Donald Sterling. That was easy. Mm-hmm. They had a tape. Donald Sterling was caught on tape. That was easy. Who was the other kid who got suspended for?
Jonte Porter, Michael Porter Jr.'s brother.
Okay. Yeah. He not a big star. It was easy to say, you're banished forever. Let there have been some other star being attached to that. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. The NBA is Charmin soft. They're not going to shake the cage of the richest owner in the sport. It ain't going to happen. And the same thing with Kawhi. They're going to be like, watch. You think they're going to throw Kawhi out of the league for a year, 2 years? No. They're already saying they don't even have significant information or evidence against the Clippers. That's why they sent that out, because they know it looks bad. So they go, oh, there's a lot of – they didn't go.
Well, they do. They just choose. It's what you deem to say is useful information. Like, they literally have information. When you look at the payments from Steve Ballmer and the timeline in which they align with payments to Kawhi, like it's almost identical. When you look at the timeline of when Kawhi wanted the money, gets the money, and this is the part that cracks me up. You and I both have businesses. You got a barbershop. My wife and I have a clothing line we've had now for 13 years. You've had the barbershop for 20 years. 25 years. Let's use it in more real money. We ain't paying $28 million. But let's say you said, hey, man, here's $20,000 to do some stuff for my barbershop or for my clothing line. And they don't do it. They don't show up. They don't do it. That does not happen in business, except unless you are.
It happened in the NCAA. Remember that?
Putting money
no-show
through.
Jobs for the kids. Right.
Yeah, exactly. No-show jobs. Here goes some money, wink, wink. So it's clear as day to me that something fishy was going on, without a doubt, that I believe this happened. But to your point, Adam Silver, once again, missed an opportunity to lay down the law. And why? Because the NBA is having so many issues over the last handful of years, the last thing he wants to do is add to that. And so when you have the richest owner in the sports in America, and you have who just bought an Intuit Dome, a beautiful place out here in Inglewood, Southern California, and you have a guy who said, Steve Ballmer said, I ain't going out without a fight. He said, I will never accept this, and I will take this to arbitration. So you already know, oh, shoot, I'm going to be up for a fight, an uphill battle, if you're Adam Silver, which we know he doesn't have the spine to really stomach and go through with all of that. And lastly, I believe this is much more commonplace practice. I mean, Rob G and I were talking about it. Bill Simmons talked about how there was an advertisement that Jason Tatum did one thing for and got $10 million. It was kind of like, that was a little weird and interesting. And I believe this is happening a lot more. And if you're Steve Ballmer and you say, hey, you coming for me? All right, well, let's check everybody else's books. Let's check his, let's check his, let's check his, let's check theirs. And I think you all of a sudden will start to discover, oh, this is way more commonplace than the public would know.
But you didn't. Did you really expect some hammer to be thrown down?
No,
I told you from the beginning.
And what I said was, if he wanted to ever lay down the law for something, this will be the thing, because the larger conversation we will have at some point is, well, what's the point of the salary cap? And if I'm a player, I'm saying, the more I think about it, what the heck we have a salary cap for? Just for it to be circumvented? There's literally no reason. You and I are watching baseball right now. No salary cap in that league. So I would start to have those conversations out the players.
With the players,
but once again,
they're not willing to fight for anything.
And this is exactly what's funny about it. You mentioned how the minute he clears Terry Rozier, Malik Beasley, all of a sudden the fans come knocking and take down everybody. Chauncey, Damon Jones,
a coach but I'm saying it's a coach in the league,
a Hall of Famer. Chauncey Billups, to middling good players, Terry Rozier and Malik Beasley, to, as you mentioned, Jonte Porter and guys who are lesser than. And there's a bunch of other players and former they didn't name, and assistant coaches. So for you to say, man, we investigated, we ain't even see anything. Right. Oh, well. The fans said, excuse me. And by the way, their burden of evidence is much higher. Burden of proof, I should say, it's much higher than the NBA's.
For the government, right?
For the government.
Because remember, the players have signed a collective bargaining agreement, which makes Adam Silver the judge, the jury, and the
100%.
executioner. So he has way more. You sign your rights away when you agree to play in that
He
league.
could easily say, I saw enough misconduct here.
And
I don't have. You don't have to be convicted. We just don't like the way that looks.
Right.
And the government has to prove that there was criminal activity, and for them, and we know the feds shooting like Steph Curry at the free throw line. They only about 98%.
I was going to say they're about 95%. If the feds come for you, very seldom do you get off.
Absolutely. So the idea that, we ain't even see anything, that's crazy, shows me. And again, we didn't see anything in this investigation. The NBA is playing blind. They're playing Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles right now.
All right, 877-99 on Fox. We're going to get to it. Glad to be back on this Magic City Monday.
This thing on?
Yes.
Shout out to everybody who ran up to us all week, too, bothering us.
Yeah.
Where's Rob? Where's Kelvin? Where's Rob? I'm so mad you met Jay in Georgia, though. Jay from Georgia.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
did meet Jay. Did you see the picture? Were you shocked?
Hey, yo, Alex.
Did not look like it.
I know.
I met J.R. Gamble.
No.
J.R. was recruiting hard, though.
Foul.
What?
He was like, you coming? I was like, nah, man, I can't. Come on, Cap, foul.
For Magic City?
Yeah, he was recruiting hard. That's a foul answer.
Because he was like, you're not coming? You coming?
I mean, I went back to go get some hors d'oeuvres, Alex. I lifted my plate. He was right there. I was like, oh, come on, Kel.
But, man, just food and parties all over the place. Oh, my God.
Boy, let me tell you something.
What?
Never again
What?
do I want to meet one of your mentees. I have met every former ones, 2000 ones, 2010, 2018, ones who got 6 kids, one who ain't got no kids.
Why are you shaking your
No facial hair.
Ain't nothing I could do. I mean, but
What do you mean?
I'm not recruiting
It was like,
anybody.
they were like marching. We're marching in. We're Rob's mentees.
So what they say? They come up to you and say, and then they
boom.
just say, hey, I'm Rob's mentee.
I mean, at one point, I just want to get, Alex, I want to get a little thing and just staple it on their forehead that said, Rob's mentees. Are you kidding me?
He's walking around like Willy Wonka, and it's a little like.
Right.
Then we got to
Oompa
compete for mentees. Some of mine was like, I mean, I knew him first, but I knew you for. Okay, hey.
Oh no, I don't want to compete, no doubt. All right, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Does this Kawhi situation prove that Adam Silver is indeed the softest commissioner?
Soft.
He is soft in sports. So we want to hear from you. Remember, it is the Odd Couple where we love and expect to hear from you, and we value your opinion. It is the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. Stick and stay.
Because, oh, God, I need you to talk in the US of A.
No doubt. Before the season even kicks off, everyone's making predictions. That's right. Who wins the division? Who makes the playoffs? Who's lifting the trophy at season's end? That's right. Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform. You can trade these predictions in a live market. Can Aaron Rodgers lead the Steelers to 10 wins again this season? Will the new-look Steelers with Mike McCarthy at the helm are currently trading at 50% to get it done, meaning a $10, $100 trade pays out $201 if they reach double-digit wins. On Kalshi, you're trading against your peers in a live market, meaning there's no house, and as the probability changes, you can buy in or opt out of your position. That's right. Trade the draft pick, the game, or and more right here on Kalshi. Download the Kalshi app and use the code ODD, ODD, to get $20 when you trade 20. That's easy. The code ODD to get $20 when you trade $20. KALSHI, Kalshi. Trade on anything.
Restrictions and eligibility apply. Not available in all states and must be 18 plus. Trading involves significant risk. Consider if it's appropriate for your financial circumstances. Prices and value may differ and some markets may not be active. See Kalshi.com/regulatory for more.
The NBA schedule came out yesterday. We talked about it a little bit with Jaylen Brown.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know about you, but personally, I think the schedule is stupid. Like the people who freak out about, what's going on and who you're playing, especially in the NFL. Like we have an entire night dedicated to the schedule release party, and it's whatever to me. Like we already know who you're gonna play. It's just when you're gonna play them.
Right.
And then so I let other people really comb through the details, and now I feel stupid for saying it's stupid because one person did the heavy lifting, one nerd, and pointed this out about the Philadelphia 76ers schedule. Number one, they don't play a Western Conference team until the 18th game of the season.
Convenient.
They don't play a road game against the Western Conference team until the 21st game.
Nice.
They don't have a Western Conference road trip until Christmas. They have the least amount of 3 games in 4 nights on their schedule of any team in the league.
Okay.
They have the least amount of back-to-backs of any team in the league, while simultaneously having the most national television games.
Along with the Spurs.
The Spurs,
and
the Lakers.
The Lakers.
And the Knicks.
That's it. That's 3. 34 nationally televised games. Okay. Wow.
So which I ask you this, Monty. Why? Why does the NBA keep kowtowing to LeBron James?
Man, the favoritism is so real. It's crazy. It seems, why is the NBA scared to let go of LeBron?
I don't know.
Because that's what it seems like, right? Like they're afraid that once he's gone, that's it. The league is not going to be what it is. And I don't know why they feel like that, especially with what we saw even just last year with the NBA Finals with the Spurs and the Knicks and how much people were into that NBA Finals. Like, why are they scared to let go, to move on? It is part of life. And at this point, it makes no sense because you said it perfectly in our pre-show meeting that I don't know how much LeBron brings in positive stuff to the league in the last couple of years.
No.
He's just been around for so long.
You mentioned last year the NBA Finals, the highest rated NBA Finals since 1998. And last I checked, LeBron has played in 10 since then. So it's not that. The highest rated regular season game last season was Thunder Spurs, not involving the Lakers or LeBron James. And just in terms of on-court success, LeBron has been one and done in the playoffs 3 of the last 6 years. He's missed the playoffs entirely 1 time. He's been swept twice. And that's with playing alongside Hall of Famers in Anthony Davis and Luka Doncic. So it's not like he's dominating when he's on the court or his teams are dominating when he's on the court. He's still a very good player, but there's nothing special any longer about LeBron James. And you mentioned that you don't think that the impact he's had on the league recently especially has been positive. I will say for our purposes, like sports media, he's been a godsend.
Oh, of course.
Because he's a lightning rod. People love to hate him one way or the other.
Right.
So it's great. If we can do a LeBron James topic and it makes sense, we're probably going to do it on FS1, on Fox Sports Radio, whatever your outlet is. But if I'm just talking in the business of basketball and the NBA, I could argue pretty easily everything about the LeBron James era of the NBA, his entire legacy outside of him individually and his own success has been negative. Okay, here's why. Number one, and this is in no order, player empowerment. There is not a single fan who likes player empowerment because what happens is you ultimately have situations like these Sixers where you have all the stars trying to join up on one team. Kevin Durant jumping to a 73-win Warriors team, right? James Harden putting on a fat suit for 6 weeks so he can get himself traded somewhere else, right? Like, it flies in the face of competition. Everything that we love about sports is your best, my best. We're going to go head-to-head and see what happens. Now it's your best and his best. We're all going to come together, and then we can make a better team, and then we're just going to run roughshod over everybody else. So that's number one. Number two, he made it seem like uncool to try at the All-Star game. Like, before LeBron James became the face of the league when it was still, Kobe, and then before that, Shaq and Jordan, Magic, like going backwards, they would try hard for maybe 50% of the game. Like maybe right in the beginning and definitely right at the end. Once LeBron became the unquestioned face of the league, everybody's like, well, I don't want to embarrass myself.
That's right. It's going down tonight. We get 29 or 2 for 50 tonight. Hey, yo, wait. Is that Rob Parker in the building?
All right.
Rob Parker.
Hey, truck and bus drivers are trained professionals. But the bigger the vehicle, the bigger the blind spot. So don't linger. Pass with purpose or give the vehicle space. Stay visible. Stay safe. America's pros rely on you. Paid for by FMCSA. Shekel City on the way. Plus, we got to have a conversation about the Bus family. New news keeps happening with Jeannie Bus, the Lakers, and new ownership and all that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, no. New even since then. New news just happened.
Good.
Yeah, so we'll keep telling you there. I'll get to that in a minute. All right, Rob G, let's get some calls. 877-99 on Fox. Adam Silver, no spine, no back. No surprise here how he handled the Clippers situation. Are you surprised? Did he handle it right? Should he have done something different? 877-99 on Fox.
All right, let's start with Dre. Andre in Massachusetts. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Dre?
How you doing? Thanks for taking the call. Welcome back.
Thank you, buddy.
Welcome back.
NABJ, very important conference in this country in terms of what we get, the perspective that we get from minority journalists and different vantage points. That's very, very much needed. Going all the way back to Ida B. Wells, in the Reconstruction era. I don't want to make a history lesson, but it's indispensable.
We know that's your passion, Dre.
We appreciate you.
Mr. History.
We appreciate you. Go ahead.
It's important to note that. In terms of Adam Silver, he's certainly no David Stern when it comes to these matters, and we have an empty chair. Okay, we have a de facto laissez-faire commissioner who just wants to step back and let the free market, or essentially the owners, dictate the terms and conditions of the NBA, and I don't support it. And I go back to David Stern's firm leadership when the Minnesota Timberwolves tried these type of shenanigans with Joe Smith, and he dropped the hammer on their behind almost 30 years ago, and we haven't heard a peep about that since. By coming out and saying that Steve Ballmer, who's the richest owner in the NBA, as well as the richest owner in team sports.
Right.
Let's clarify who this person is, and it's a big success, building into a dome, getting another stadium into L.A. He's done a lot of great things, okay? But you can't just sweep this under the rug as though there's nothing to see here when, Rob, here's my concluding point. You look at what baseball is going through in terms of a possible lockout this summer relative to a salary cap and their stance on it. You can't have a salary cap and then have these shenanigans going on the side and then just sweep them under the rug, because there's no point in having a salary cap if these other things exist. He's not taking the leadership that he should. Where is David Stern when you need him? Thanks for taking the call.
Thank you, Dre. Appreciate it. Dre. How about Trey in Texas? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Trey?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Doing great. How are you?
Oh, God, the numbers were astronomical when Rob and Kelvin weren't there with Monty and Rob G leading it.
Man, Rob G, we have your cousins calling.
I know. Who is this?
Who is this?
No, it's me, y'all.
I know. Look at that. The numbers were astronomical. Yes.
No, but, man.
I was trying to figure out. Let me see. Whose numbers were higher? Oh, never mind. I'm not going to say anything.
Rob, caution.
No, but Adam, man, he's just being a yes man. He was going on with what's going on.
You knew he wasn't going to do anything to Steve Ballmer. I've been saying it since day one. And what are they going to do to him? The worst that they could have done was give him a big fine, and he could have paid that out of his shoebox.
But I'm actually shocked, to be honest, that he didn't at least do that to say, like, no, see, I tried. You know what I mean? To say, look, I did something.
There's no evidence.
Well, once once Ballmer told him, I ain't going down, he said, I will not accept them saying this, and I will fight with arbitration. So once he did that, I think it was, oh, shoot, I ain't got the money or the time to keep up with that man in that regard. All right, appreciate you, Rob G's cousin.
No doubt. Let's see.
Don't thumbs down me. I ain't somebody else.
Who?
Rob G.
Let's squeeze one more in. Drew in New Jersey. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
Hey, guys. Can you hear me?
We got you.
Yes, how are you?
Yeah, good. Yeah, I think he's just not a leader. I think that what I was thinking even before the finals, I said if the Knicks-Spurs series wasn't an all-time top 10 ratings, I figured that would be, grounds for the ownership to be like, hey, we've lost confidence in his leadership, and they could have moved on. Obviously, that didn't play out that way. But, yeah, he's not a leader, and, I'm not saying you have to be an a-hole, but I think that you need to find that balance and know when to use the hammer.
That's a good point. Every now and then, and as a parent, every now and again, you let some things slide or you do a little talking to, but every now and again you got to lay down the hammer to let the kids know. In his case, let the teams know, and he doesn't do that. So I said that. I thought the NBA was saved overall this season. No tanking conversation, no gambling because of the Knicks and Spurs, and the Knicks specifically winning. All right, on the way, we got more on, I mentioned, what's happening with the Lakers and ownership. We'll give you details and updates on that right now. Speaking of updates, he is Steve DeSager.
Hello, the Buss family said it's selling its stake in the Lakers, so Jeannie Buss could not remain a team governor after that, but her attorney demanded a retraction. At least 4 of the 6 Buss children would have had to vote yes to sell their family share. A new majority owner, well, 2 of them would now own nearly 85% of the team, pending league approval. In San Antonio, the public will not be voting on public funding for a new arena. The city council voted 6-5 against putting it on the November ballot. In college football, Ohio State is preseason number 1 in the AP poll. Oregon is number 2. It's highest preseason ranking ever. Georgia number 3. Saints rookie wide receiver Jordan Tyson could miss about 2 months with a hamstring injury. Giants wide receiver Malik Neighbors returned to practice for the first time since last year's torn ACL, although he wore a red non-contact jersey. Running back Breece Hall of the Jets is out with a groin injury today. It's considered minor by the team. Seahawks rookie running back Jadarian Price returned to full practice. Live Golf canceled its championship weekend, so its season will end this weekend outside Indianapolis. The PGA playoffs continue Thursday in St. Louis. Iga Swiatek won her 3rd-round tennis match in Cincinnati. As for the Cincinnati Reds, they lost the first of a doubleheader at home against the St. Louis Cardinals today, 2-1. Cardinals and Reds tied 1-1, top of the 4th of the nightcap. Phillies out to a 1-0 lead on the Marlins in the bottom of the 3rd. The Orioles at Rays game is tied 4-4 in the top of the 5th inning. Yankees pitcher Carlos Rodon will come off the IL to start on Tuesday. The Yankees second in the AL East, 5.5 games behind Tampa Bay. The Dodgers have a late game starting in an hour at Colorado. Dodgers record since July 1st, 18-21. Rockies star catcher Hunter Goodman with 34 homers this year was scratched due to shoulder inflammation. He's now missing 4 straight games. Cubs shortstop Dansby Swanson will miss 4 to 6 weeks with a strained oblique. The Cubs are hosting the White Sox in a half an hour. The Royals are home to the A's. Kansas City activated first baseman Vinny Pasquantino and third baseman Michael Garcia. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Steve. Appreciate it. It's the Odd Couple on a Magic City Monday. Your boys are back. Shekel City on the way. Rob G, I'll just go right to you. You heard Steve mention it. We were kind of talking about a little bit just Rob and I are gone, and you see the Lakers have sold the team. Then all of a sudden, Jeannie Buss is coming back. She wants to still try to keep her, 17%? And
she could be the governor of South Carolina, just not the Lakers. I'm just saying.
Yes, it was reported a few hours ago that the Buss Family Trust, composed of Jeannie Buss, Jim, Johnny, Janie, Joey, and Jesse.
Okay. With the J.
Don't disrespect people who has children
voted to sell off their remaining interest in the Lakers, which is 17.8%. That would have been notable because in order for Jeannie Buss to maintain standing as the governor of the team, they would have had to have owned at least 15%, right? Well, now in the last hour, as Steve DeSager mentioned in his update, Jeannie Buss, who reportedly was the lone member of the family to not vote to sell, is now saying that any vote is void. She's insinuating that not only am I still the governor, that we have no intention of selling our shares, and that this quote-unquote vote that they had, it does not hold water. So be prepared for more infighting, Game of Thrones style, within the Buss family.
Yeah, I mean, Rob, we've seen this. If you watch the Lakers Dynasty documentary, whatever it was called, we saw how the family has had issues now for years. You have some family members who say, I'm tired. Since I've been a kid, we own this organization. Can I get my money and just live my life? That's more Jim Buss.
Right.
Then you got people like her, and I think this, Rob, is a we talk about this all the time. Some people have their identities wrapped in something. And I think Jeannie Buss loves being the L.A. girl who became the owner. My dad was the owner and the savior of the Lakers franchise, and that's become her identity.
She won the battle with the other kids,
exactly.
And her brother,
in the succession battle, I became the owner, or the leader, I should say, after Dad passed.
And then they won the Mickey Mouse Championship, so she has that on her belt. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and I think she enjoys being one of the few women who are owners or governors of teams, and so I think all of that encompasses for her. She doesn't want to lose that. And with that, the larger conversation too, Rob, is we're losing that. You've been covering baseball for 40 years in NFL, and we know with the NBA, where you had these teams who were these families. Hey, Dad hit a lick. Jerry Jones, I hit some oil money. Lakers, Dr. Buss hit some real estate money. You buy a team back in the 70s, 80s, 90s for not too much. Sports more what they are.
Back then it was a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but now
but I'm just
inflation
saying,
has gone crazy.
But at that time.
But yeah, if you can spend 5, 10, 20 million and $50 million, buy a franchise back, now we know where it is. But it was still family run. So when you hear stories about, I just heard some recently, Michael Irvin tell some of the stories with Jerry Jones. When you hear, of course, Dr. Buss stories of how he handled the team, you get that family aspect, the guys that are invested in that personal relationship. And business is still business, but I'm wondering, we are going to lose that, where it's going to become absolute numbers, absolute cut and dry for a lot of these conglomerates, where we are coming in, 4 or 5 of us, we are worth hundreds of billions of dollars, and this is how we're running it. Boom, boom, no heart, no issues. Well, you get a Tim Duncan, who towards the end, he looked bad for a minute. Got right at the ship, lost weight, got better, but would he have gotten that chance to get those last ringers too? If he were there. Would Kobe Bryant been able to beat? You always talk about, I love that Kobe was a one-team guy. With new ownership, maybe it's too cut and dry. Maybe they just say, no, it's time to go. Get out of here. You don't get that Kobe Bryant, the full Laker legacy,
I'm okay
because the math doesn't match.
I just don't think – I think the sports have gotten so big, individuals can't own – like people, especially for like the Buss family, this is how they made their money. For Steve Ballmer, that's not how he made his money. He doesn't make his money off the Clippers. So there's a lot of those guys, people who are buying the Lakers for way over what their real worth is. The Lakers aren't worth $12.5 billion. I don't care what anybody tells you. They're not worth that. But because these guys want to get their hands on it, or on these things, and want to have something to play with and get some notoriety and all that other stuff, they're willing to pay for that. I just like some of the smaller markets that probably can't compete. Some of the owners, the family, like we talk about the Mike Brown in Cincinnati, he can't really compete. It'll be just a minute before you know it, he'll be selling. The Rooneys in Pittsburgh will be selling.
The Boston Celtics, that was a surprising one.
You know what I mean? It's just a matter of times.
Yeah, I mean listen, those families that have owned it for, you mentioned the Rooneys, the Maras, and I mean, it's a matter of time before they start to look at it and say, look, we made $400 million, $500 million, $1 billion, whatever it is from when Daddy or Granddaddy bought it. It's time to move on. I mean, I'll tell you an example
won a championship and jumped out right away.
But
look who else is out. Michael Jordan's out.
Yep. I got one for you. That's interesting, and it kind of ties into the Lakers of just, I think, how Jeannie Buss wants to get back in. You see the same thing with Mark Cuban. Seems like he wants to get back in. I didn't know they were going to do it. Why didn't they call me this? I thought they told me I was going to have this role, and I don't. And I think you get people like him, Jeannie, who are fully invested and personally invested, like this was their thing.
No, because Mark Cuban ain't as cool anymore.
Yeah, that's a real thing. Relevancy is a real thing.
Sitting there, the players,
that's a real thing. That's why Steve Ballmer, he got all the money in the world, but you see how invested he is in this.
What are you going to do, sit at home and count his money? No,
right.
Seriously. And now he becomes a name where people are like, oh, he owns the Lakers too. There's something there that you're buying, whereas having a lot of money and being nameless, it's not the same.
You can have all that money, be anonymous, and once you get a piece of, you're on the front page because you're going crazy, or they're mentioning your name, or you got cool players on your team, now you're hanging out with.
Nobody goes,
LeBron.
oh, that's so-and-so, he owns a private equity firm.
Yeah.
No, they go, what's his name? Tom Gore is in Detroit. He owns the Pistons.
Yep. That's a great example.
Like seriously, he has a ton of money.
Running around with Jalen Rose and everybody, you get to be cool and relevant. That's a real thing. That's a real.
And you pay for that
currency. Exactly, it's a real currency, and I think Jeannie Buss specifically doesn't want to lose the lure of the Buss family, what they mean to Laker fans in L.A. And I think for her, I want to be a part of it. Brother, cash me out. Let me go live my life.
Yeah, but that was a part of an era and whatnot, which was cool. Dr. Buss ain't here anymore.
He ain't been here for a little bit now.
Right, and it ain't totally the same. So I just think it makes sense, and you'll see more of it.
Because it's so huge now, and the money like I said, you yourself, your father, your grandfather, and grandmother, whoever invested, it's crazy now. It's astronomical. You mentioned it. I mean, we had the Seahawks sell for what, $10.5 billion. Now the Lakers are $12 billion. They got the Cowboys listed at like fifth, the highest, the most expensive franchise in all of American sports at like $15 billion. I mean, these are numbers. When Mark Cuban had it, it was worth like $200 million for the Mavericks. That was like a huge ordeal back then. Now you're talking about $15 billion for franchises. So, but I do think gone are the days of families, and it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out with fans. How they run it, how they run players. Do they have that loyalty? Do you get the Kobes, the Tim Duncans, and those types of relationships? I'll be interested to see that as well. Shekel City on the way. Shoot, I don't even know. You remember how to do Shekel City?
Well, I know. I got to look back to see what it was 10 days ago.
I had cinnamon with over 22 shakes. I had Cash Out Girl for over 10 dances.
Hey. Magic City, the wings were good, fries were good. Right. It was a good time. I don't care what anybody says.
Did you at least pay it forward with the mentees since they paid for your admission that you'd buy them a dance?
They didn't pay for my
Yes,
admission.
they did, Rob. You said if they came, that you got in for free.
Oh, big fat. Come on.
Be quiet, Rob G. What? You're such a killjoy. Yes. It was a mentee birthday. He did get.
Okay. A mentee birthday is great. You're talking about a birthday he'll never forget.
Oh.
I can't wait to see the 30 for 30 on this.
Oh, God.
What if I told you it was one night that changed everything?
No.
I'm a woman. City on the way. Fox Sports Radio.
But first, we got to start with the big news of the day. Apologies to UCLA legend Russell Westbrook. The Los Angeles Lakers have been sold. That's right. They have been sold. They had just got purchased like a year ago for $10 billion. Instead, they got sold today for $12.5 billion to businessmen Josh Kushner and Bob Iger. If those names sound familiar, it's because Kushner is part of the Trump family tree, and Bob Iger used to run Disney. So those are names you would know and you probably should know. And I'm just going to say this about the whole situation. If you are a Laker fan like myself, like Ephraim Salam, it's a dark day for us right now. Because history says when you get new ownership in the NBA, it doesn't go well. I believe it was Bill Simmons who coined the phrase new owner syndrome. That is a very real, a very spectacular thing. Most recently, we saw it happen in Dallas. Patrick Dumont comes in. Team had just made the NBA Finals. And less than a year later, Nico Harrison's in his ear like Littlefinger, has him trade away Luka Doncic. Why? Because he thought he needed to shake things up. Before that, Matt Ishbia in Phoenix. Apologies to Bree. She's nodding there in agreement. He shows up. He's like, you know what? I got to make a splash. I got to make something happen. I need to put my fingerprints on this team. Let me trade away Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, all of our picks for Kevin Durant. Then I'm going to double down a year after and trade whatever other picks I have for Bradley Beal. They had to dump both of those guys unceremoniously just to get back into the black. And they're probably stuck in play in purgatory for the next 5 to 6 years because of it. Before that, Joe Tsai in Brooklyn buys the team. And he's like, you know what? I got to make a splash. First thing I'm going to do, I am going to sign Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant in free agency. KD off an Achilles injury. Kyrie, of course, you couldn't predict COVID. That was a whole different ball of wax. But then we did this. I'm going to double and triple down. I am going to trade for James freaking Harden. I think those guys played about 8 games together before it was all broken up again. Alex Rodriguez in Minnesota, a team that just made the Western Conference Finals. He says, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to trade away Karl Anthony Towns because I can't afford to pay the luxury tax. I'm not going to do it. And if you are the Lakers and you have a team that is now being purchased by Kushner and Iger, you have to be very concerned because these guys, much like the previous owners, are going to be hell-bent to do one of two things. One, they're going to be like Ishbia and say, I am going to put my fingerprints on this team. I'm going to show you that I know better than most. That's why I'm so successful. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to backfire. Or number 2, and this is more likely, you're going to be like Alex Rodriguez. You're going to say, hey, I came in to make money first and foremost. I am not here because I am a Laker fan. I am not here because I'm even a basketball fan. I am here because this is damn good business. And if you want to know what kind of businessmen you have coming now in Los Angeles, let me give you some updates, all right? I don't want to get into the Josh Kushner stuff of it because Wikipedia and Google is free. And there's a lot of scandal involved in some of the dealings that he's been involved with and his investment group with his brother. You can look that up yourself. But Bob Iger is the name you probably do know, right? Because everyone knows Disney, everyone knows ESPN and ABC. Bob Iger had to come out and admit publicly that one of the reasons why his tenure in Disney ended so spectacularly with so many box office flops and creative missteps is because he was worried about quantity over quality. That he says, I'm going to keep going to the well for the Marvels, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, Solo, a Star Wars story, all of these, what do they call AI slop nowadays? Anything he could do to turn a quick buck. He was not interested in making a good product. He was interested in making money. What's different about these guys and the Mark Walter situation is when Mark Walter came in with the Dodgers, the expectation from the Dodgers was, hey, we've already seen what this guy can do. He is going to reinvest into the team. I think 70% of their profits went back into the roster. He is going to put people in place to make a smart team using the the Lakers brand the same way he did for the Dodgers. These guys, these two in particular, have shown they are more interested in the bottom line than anything else. So if you're a Lakers fan, the idea that now, hey, we're $12.5 billion. We've got the deepest owner pockets in basketball. Pump the brakes. It's not going to be good.
Sports Radio, I cover Rob, Kelvin. We're back. We bike. If you work in logistics, then you know nothing moves without you. Companies need skilled people now, and Express Employment Professionals can help you find contract or full-time work that fits at no cost to you. Visit expresspros.com, get support, get options, and get to work. Now it's time for the Express Pros Pro of the Week. The Pro of the Week goes out to St. Louis Cardinal rookie Joshua Baez. Dig this, Rob. He hit 3 home runs in his MLB debut over the weekend.
That was absolutely ridiculous.
Absolutely ridiculous. So congrats to Baez again for being our Express Pros Pro of the Week. Can you imagine that? Even as a kid, if you had your wildest dreams, you didn't think of going like that. So that's absolutely ridiculous. So
No, here's a bigger thing. Kelvin, can you imagine if he was black? Oh, God.
Well,
MLB Bro of the Week
American.
for sure.
Oh, God.
I know black.
Yes.
Black,
oh, my God. Are you kidding?
Black American. You might have to make some honorary, you might have to start making some decisions, bro.
No. They don't do it on Deport.
You're going to have to go Black American.
Judge is out. Mookie struggling. Who else? Hunter Green out for the season.
Be quiet.
Where would you be without the Nationals right now?
The Nationals,
That's
right.
half the MLB right there. Oh, man. All right, sign 4. I don't know if he remembers how to do it. Shekel City.
Welcome to Shekel City.
You got a tissue for me?
The home base for Rob Parker's daily picks against the spread.
It's like wondering if the Dodgers know how to win. I'm kind of feeling in the same boat.
Man. You ain't like, hey, if you waiting on me to say you're wrong.
All right, so the last time I was here and we did a Shekel City was
2025.
August 7th. So here we are, August 17th. I was 1-2 that night. See, accurate. I didn't say I was 3-0.
Yeah.
That was 10 days ago. I'm giving you like real numbers, right? I could have fudged it. 198 and 179. There are 2 games coming up, about to start. So I got the Cubs -1.5 taking on the White Sox in Chicago.
Okay.
But my best bet is the Dodgers -1.5 at the Rockies. If they lose to the Rockies, this series or whatever, they're in trouble. I mean, they haven't played well in a while. You know that.
They're 18 and 21 since July 1st.
It's been bad. And
even Dave Roberts is finally, it's okay.
Nah,
hey, man.
We haven't played well.
Right.
We haven't played well. And it's a lot. So, again, best bet, Dodgers -1.5 and the Cubs -1.5 at home taking on the White Sox. And remember, Kelvin, I'm not telling you who to bet on. I'm telling you who I bet on.
Next hour, we'll talk to Katie Woo, who covers the Dodgers and MLB at large for the Athletic.
Will we woo?
Ooh, I was going to go somewhere else with
what was that song?
I like that.
You got that song out?
Yeah, that was Jeffrey Osborne, right?
You got to get that. Make sure you get that for her intro, the woo song.
I like that. Can you woo? There
we go.
Can you woo? Yeah, I think that was. She probably rolling her eyes.
To be like
that was like when I was in middle school. Hey, Kelvin Klein. First of all, my name's Kelvin. Hey, Kelvin Nader. Hey, Kelvin, where's Hobbs? I'm like, okay. And then all the black folks. You still work at McDonald's, Kelvin? I'm like,
I told you I got Peter Parker and the other one that I didn't like when I was in middle school. Middle and what we called intermediate school, 6 through 8. Okay. It was IS instead of like a junior high school. Yeah. And because I was so tall and skinny, they used to call me Robot instead of Robert.
Robot is
That's pretty good, though.
That is pretty good. Yo,
kids are funny.
Kids are funny and cruel. It's a weird combination.
And we also had a teacher. What was her name? And she had a weird shaped body. She was an older woman.
All right. Okay, I don't know where this is going, right? We just got back.
What was her name? And what they used to call her was, because she had like a paunch.
Okay.
But
Rob,
no behind.
Caution.
Okay, so they called her like
and they said
a P or a 9 or
no,
something?
No, they were like, they called her the woman, the butt in the front woman.
Oh, man. Butt front is crazy. Butt front is crazy. Hey, yo, kids are cool. We had a teacher.
He had a butt in the front.
Yo, we had a teacher who had a really big, is a white man, but he had a really big birthmark here.
Oh, God.
You already know. And so it's like right here, Alex, like for those on radio, of course, it was like on his kind of cheek down the neck.
Yeah.
And it was just, different color skin, just, birthmark. And
kids aren't good at that.
Kids used to say, my man had the coffee stain. I was like, y'all got to relax.
Kids are cruel.
And it would always be the one who would take it. Instead of us just saying it to each other jokingly, it's always that one. Hey, I need you to be quiet back there. Shut up, Mr. Coffee Stain. You'd be like, oh.
My friend, downtown Clifton Brown, who covers the Ravens. You've had him on the show. Mm-hmm. His daughter, who's a mature woman with a family and whatnot now, but when she was a kid, they took him to a big family barbecue. And he's got the uncle with the pregnant stomach or whatever. Yeah. And so he's walking with her, and they're walking into the barbecue. And she just stops, points at his big stomach, and goes, Daddy, he's fat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, big regular.
He was like,
Roger, how many times have you had to go, she didn't mention outside.
Oh, all the time.
Man,
kids will just say whatever they see.
Mm-hmm. Right? Or they'll walk up and just kind of poke it. What's that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What's that?
They said to one of us, they said, Daddy, big butt. And I was like, yeah. And not in like a pleasant way of big butt. You know what I mean? Like, just like, whoa. Why? Like, they kids are cruel. You'll be all in the middle of them. What's that? They be like, your breath. You be like, hold on, wait.
Right. They'll tell you.
You got to start clapping back at kids, yo. You got to let them have it every now and again. Remind them who's paying these bills around. Who's paying for all these juice boxes out.
Oh, they be like, yo, I brought you into this world. I'll take you out.
I get that phrase now. Every now and again, you have days where you're like, you know what? The ancestors wasn't lying when they said that.
Kelvin just going to be like, you think you're losing teeth on your own, huh?
For real. My baby, by the way, she keeps losing teeth. My goodness. You mentioned it earlier. Stephen A. Smith, they got at him. He got back at it, NABJ. We'll talk about it.
We are Buckmore.
There's examples of this. Now, it seems rather impossible because for many of us who have lived in the world of football, we've always heard that once you sign with an agent, once you sign an NFL contract, you're done. Your eligibility at the college level is done. However, there is an injunction in Colorado with Judge Charlotte Sweeney. It's a recent case that occurred in late July, and she used a preliminary injunction allowing the class of 2022 high school graduates who've exhausted their 4 years of eligibility under those old rules to come back and compete for a fifth season this year.
So that doesn't apply to us.
2027.
That doesn't apply to
it does not apply to us.
Or
it does not apply to us. Although, I mean, look, it's how this world works. There'll be someone, and one of those old heads who's like, hey, bro, I still got it, man. I can still.
I got 2 years of eligibility left.
Yeah, I still got it. Don't let me get hot. Don't let me out there.
Dang.
I'll show those young cats what I can do.
Dang.
There definitely are some people who might want to try doing that. But the point is, the NCAA adopted this new age-based model. Generally, it's 5 years of eligibility, starting from the enrollment or the academic year after turning 19. That's the rule. But it did not make it fully retroactive for this group. So Sweeney later clarified, like in August, that this injunction does not override the NCAA rules. So it still includes not allowing guys who have signed a professional contracts returning to college. So this is all getting a little bit murky because there's a ton of parallel lawsuits as well in Texas, Ohio, Nevada, Tennessee, and elsewhere. And it's basically forcing like the NCAA world to create more stricter guidelines because you've already allowed a player named Cole Hudson, who he went undrafted this past spring. He participated in rookie minicamps, not with one team, but two, with Cleveland and with Dallas, but he never signed an NFL contract. So then he filed a lawsuit in Texas seeking his fifth year. He was able to win that ruling. And so now he's back at Texas playing for the 2026 season. So there's a thought now for a lot of these college football teams whose rosters have a limit of 105, that if they have room and if they have, potential prospects of guys who might not make that team through training camp, that they could then file an injunction. They could then try to bring them onto their roster. I mean, it sounds wild. I don't think any of this should be possible.
It's ridiculous, bro.
I'm just saying, you might be watching cats who are playing in a preseason game that somehow get cut, and maybe they're only eligible for the practice squad, and they somehow find their way making it back to college football, who graduated high school in that 2022 year. Don't be shocked.
More news regarding the Lakers. The Buss family, it was reported earlier today, said it is selling its stake in the team, so Jeannie Buss, therefore, cannot remain as team governor. Now her attorney is demanding a retraction on that family trust statement. At least 4 of the 6 Buss children have to vote yes to sell their family share. Apparently 5 of the 6 voted to sell today. To Major League Baseball, St. Louis won the first of a doubleheader at Cincinnati 2-1. St. Louis is leading the nightcap 2-1 at Cincinnati in the top of the 6th. The Phillies are shutting out the Marlins 2-0 in the bottom of the 4th. Orioles lead at Tampa Bay 6-4 in the bottom of the sixth. Yankees pitcher Carlos Rodon will come off the IL to start on Tuesday. Tigers ahead 4-0 at Pittsburgh in the top of the third. Red Sox shutting out Arizona 2-0 bottom of the third. In college football, Ohio State is preseason number 1 in the AP poll. Oregon is number 2. I'm Steve DeSager.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Hour number 2.
Number 2.
On a Magic City Monday, the Odd Couple in full effect. Back.
Left your whole voice in Atlanta.
Man, it was just something else there.
Did you send Elijah your shoe?
No, I took it to the shoemaker today for them to glue it back.
I'm trying to figure out.
It's probably gonna cost like $60 or $70 to glue the shoe back.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
He was talking with his shoe. That was crazy.
But it is the Odd Couple again. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. And you know what you need to do.
What's that?
Check out our YouTube channel. That's right. And you could also stream us live wherever you happen to be with the iHeartRadio app. Check us out. And all the other Fox Sports Radio shows live 24/7 in the new and improved iHeart app. Just search Fox Sports Radio in the app. Stream us all day, every day live. That's right. Be sure to select Fox Sports Radio as one of your presets in the iHeart app, so that we are always on screen for you.
Oh, yeah.
All right? I guess I read the wrong one. Sorry about that.
Okay.
We still need to talk about it. I'll read the Kalshi after. Sorry about that.
Okay.
I just said, oh, no, I'm not. I'm good. I'm looking at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, you
Kalshi.
jump and look, get it together.
All right.
And all that just to get right back on the plane. You wildin', son.
I know. I'm about to fly out. But anyway, as you guys know, I'm going to New York tonight.
What they call it? Jet lag? All the lags.
I'm lagged. I'm telling you, it feels like another red eye. But anyway, everybody, you guys know we were in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Kelvin came. I left Monday. Kelvin came Tuesday night,
yep.
And we spent the whole week in Atlanta at the National Association of Black Journalists Convention. It is a tremendous reunion. I don't know.
That's
right?
perfect way to describe it.
Like it's. And it's not just hanging out and parties. There's workshops, there's panels, speakers.
Career fair, people getting jobs.
Yep, all kinds of stuff. It really, for people trying to break into the business, a lot of students are there. I think I introduced you to the guy that we gave our first scholarship, MLBBro.com, Marcus Craig from Morehouse.
Shout out to y'all.
Nice kid. It was very, I think I told you this too. And you never know how much you really help somebody or the situation. And so we had a lunch for our staff. We had about 30 MLB Bro staffers there. We went to Gus's Fried Chicken.
Oh, yeah.
Right on Peachtree Street.
Yeah.
Right down the street from the Marriott Marquis.
Almost went with my mother and sister.
Yeah, right there. So we went, had a big great food, great service. They took care of us really good. But anyway, in his little acceptance speech about the scholarship, this dude who's going to be a sophomore this year says, very thankful, very humble young man. He says, and you guys don't know, if I didn't get this scholarship, I might not be going to college this semester. It got me. You know what I mean? Like making a difference.
Life altering.
And you notice you meet a lot of young people there too.
And we had our, one of your former mentees, Darren Haynes, one of my very good friends.
I gave Darren his first job on television.
Back in Detroit, yep. And we've been doing a panel now for 10 years. Long story short, we started it because we're like, all right, we're well acclimated. We know what we're doing. We know how to move around the room, but let's teach these young kids who are coming. As you know, it's just a huge convention. You can't believe how big it is until you get there and just what it entails.
4,000 people.
4,000. There goes Spike Lee, and there's so-and-so, and you're just like, this is crazy. So the whole point of our panel is Career Fair 101 to teach you what you don't know, the do's and don'ts when you first come. And we have a great group of panelists to teach you. We have a couple of recruiters. Shout out to Scooby. We have folks who are on-air talent. And then we just tell them we get a big, huge turnout every year. And the kids, oh, man, they just thank you for gearing us up.
You don't know until you know.
Gearing us up for this. So it's a beautiful thing, man. You have so much fun. The familia aspect of it, you mentioned it. To have gone through this now for all these years, you grow with people. It's fun. Don't get it twisted. We have fun in them streets a little bit too. So it's a great balance of giving back, having fun, working hard, and kicking it with your people.
No doubt.
So and we do it every year. Next year, Houston, and I think New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Yeah,
They announced it. So Houston, New Orleans are the next couple years. But it did not. This NABJ convention had a little controversy at the end, the big gala, whatever you want to call it, which happened Saturday night.
Yep.
And then the news comes out that the NABJ,
they have a thumbs down award,
and they gave out a few. They gave out to the Washington Post for getting rid of the sports department,
Facts.
and then of course they brought it back. Like not as big, but they brought it back because people were like going to cancel the paper.
Yeah, of course.
Like the Washington Post, what are you doing?
That's
exactly.
a big area,
right? And can't remember. There's a couple other people who got, organizations who got it.
But there's one big name in particular who got it. And he wasn't happy about it, and that is Stephen A. Smith.
Do we have the sound, Rob G?
Yeah. So, essentially, he gets this. He basically teases that, hey, I'm not happy about this, and I'm going to get to this on my pod. And so he responded to him, and
he did get to it on his podcast, guys. He went on there, spoke for about an hour. He said that
was today. Yeah,
his sister told him not to respond. He decided he had to. He had no choice. He called the whole situation a smear campaign. He said that there was nothing journalistic about it, that it was a personal attack. He felt that a lot of it had to do with him choosing to not speak glowingly about the Democratic Party. He called it a political attack, and he mentioned, hey, you guys have said that I was being unfairly critical of black women, which they said goes against what one of their core ideals is. And he brought up specific instances with Kamala Harris, Serena Williams, Kari Champion, Jamel Hill. He says, hey, after I spoke critically of Kamala Harris, I met with her privately for 2 hours. Didn't talk about that. So that's one. I said, I publicly apologize to Serena Williams for what I said about her. As far as Kari Champion, Jamel Hill, I helped platform them personally on ESPN before they really blew up. And since then, I don't think I have any issues with them. So his whole situation was kind of defending himself as to why they decided to do that. And he made it very clear, so you guys will note, his issue is not with NABJ, that he is still a proud member. He is still proud of the work that they do. He is still going to meet with young individuals. He mentioned Rob Parker specifically and the Sports Task Force and the work that they're doing, and that he is going to continue to support the NABJ and its causes moving forward. He said that his beef is specifically with the president and a few of the board members. And one thing he mentioned in particular, I want you guys to listen to, because he talked about why he was so frustrated with the way all this went down. Hang on one second.
All right, here we go.
All right, see what it was.
Ladies and gentlemen, before I tape this show, I reached out last night and asked the president of the NABJ to come on this show to have a conversation with me about her assertions that she articulated on that stage. Do you know what she said to me, ladies and gentlemen? She'd rather have a private off-the-air conversation first. Oh, really? So you can go on a public platform, denigrate me, make these accusations against me without calling. But when I challenge you to come on here face to face and have a conversation with me, now we want a private conversation. Before, nah.
All right. Now, I want to say a couple things real quick.
Okay.
I met Steve at the NABJ convention in 1992. That's where we actually met, where he was working in North Carolina as a movie timetable clerk trying to break into sports. So I've known him from the very beginning. You know, I've mentored him. He's said it a million times. I'm the godfather to one of his daughters. I'm just saying. So I want to fully,
for sure,
let you know what kind of relationship we have. Not just because we were on TV together at one point. That's not the kind of relationship we have. But and to pull the curtain back, we've all talked about this in our group text.
Mm-hmm.
We all said this before today, before we found out that she wanted to have a private conversation. And the NABJ has a right to criticize anybody. I wish they would have done it privately and had it in-house. Didn't we all say that on our text?
Mm-hmm.
Right? This was last night when we were talking about this. I think that would have been the best way. And the idea that now she wants to do something privately, I think that's the way that this probably should have been handled first, to raise her concerns with Steve and about what, her issues were.
Mm-hmm.
How can they work through this? Is there a better way for him or for him to say, hey, I'm not just picking on black women, or I'm not just doing this, or I'm not just doing that, or whatever it is, and have a case. I just thought that would have been more productive than just doing it publicly to have people see, a fight amongst ourselves. That's me.
Well, there's a lot of layers to this, and I totally get what you were just saying there. I think one of the things that Stephen A. Smith, and I think if he were sitting here, I would articulate it. Maybe he would, at least understand where I'm coming from, whether he agreed or not, is that, and I've been saying this for 2 years while I've been on this show. You and I would sit here during commercial breaks talk, and I would be like asking you questions like, what's the end goal here? Why? He's jumping into political, not just a thought on politics. Get that, right? He's a grown man. Why not? We all have them. But going head first in it, teasing about presidential runs, and that's much different than just, hey, I have a thought about a new tariff or this or that. Jumping knee deep in it, going with the full political pundits and having conversations, having a whole political show. Well, now you've opened yourself up for a whole bag of criticism that was not there historically. You saying he's a bad man or lay off the weed on First Take is completely different than when now you're jumping in this political space routinely, regularly, to the point of having a political show. So I can't say, Stephen A., you're shocked that you're getting new criticism, right? Because you've now opened up a door. He said, I want to be known not just as sport. I'm telling his own words, not just sports guy. I want to be known like an Oprah, where any and everybody, you say Oprah, everybody knows her. 20-year-old, 80-year-old, black, white, Latina, man, female, everybody knows her. He wants to be that, not just, the one sports guy. Well, this is what happens. And when, as you know, comes a lot of responsibility. My only thing I would say is, at a certain point, if even you mentioned Jamel, Rob G brought up Jamel, Kerry Champion, some other people, if people you deemed you thought you were close to and helped out, if people like that, people you don't know, an association that you are affiliated with gives you the thumbs down, right or wrong, as far as maybe publicly or privately, I do feel at a certain point, is there a moment where you kind of go, well, dang, let me just think. It's the old narrative. If everybody called you crazy, am I crazy? And I just mean more along the lines of maybe it's not coming out right.
But I'll give you this. I hear your point, but I do think, even in my case, as we know, we've been talking about the whole Magic City thing. There were people in the organization. I never billed it as an NABJ event. You know that. But there were people who were like, what's going on here, whatever. And they didn't blast me publicly or bring it out, right? What they did was they called me. I don't have to say who. Called me to find out what's going on, what's the whole premise of this, what's going on or whatever. And that's all I'm saying. For her to now say that she wants to have a private conversation.
Now that I agree with.
That's the only thing I'm going to say.
I get that.
Because
he offered a platform to come on the show and
to have a real dialogue.
I'm completely with him on that.
Exactly. And that's all I'm saying is if you want to do it private, then maybe she should have had a private conversation first. It's the same thing I said about LeBron. LeBron was grandstanding when he against Stephen A. on the court at the game.
Oh yeah. Yep.
That's grand. Like somebody, the Lakers, one of LeBron's guys could have said, "Hey, Steve, after the game, can you come to the back? LeBron wants to talk to you outside the clubhouse, locker room." Do you know what I mean? That was the grandstanding part of it, and then in that situation, you could chew them out, tell them what you don't like, and the same thing. The president of the NABJ, she could voice her opinion, and then if you can't come to some sort of conclusion or something that makes both people feel good, then Kelvin, yes, then I think
the only pushback I would have is, and I get your sentiment. I think if I'm them, I think what they may say is, well, it's been a few years now of this. It's been great articles written. There's been great thought provokers spoken, who have spoken about it. There's been great articles. There's been blogs. There's been many a conversation about this, and he's pushed back. That's his own right to do it. So I'm not even mad at that. I'm saying this is why I'm doing it. This is why I'm talking about Jasmine Crockett. This is why it's Rob G. I'm Kamala Harris, so on and so forth. And I think more than anything, we all would agree sometimes perception can be reality. And I think there's a certain point where people are saying, like, it's seeming as though you're towing a line that doesn't make sense. And I think that's where I've never quite understood, like, where I'm like, he won. You know, I've said that to you private. He has won $100 million to talk about sport. You have won, and it's like.
But here's the only issue I have with that. Is he brought his show to Chicago 2 years ago and Cleveland last year.
Facts.
So if you had those issues, then you should have put up a stop sign.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, this didn't happen last night. They didn't want him to. All right, he didn't come to Atlanta, but he was in Cleveland last year. He's been saying stuff for
and this is where it's complicated because
and that's
Stephen
what I'm saying.
He brings First Take to HBCUs all the time.
You could have said then, thank you, but unless we have a conversation and we can see eye to eye, we'd rather not have you come and bring your show here.
I like
that's all
that Stephen A. I give him big credit for saying he can have absolutely deserves to have his feelings. I don't say feelings hurt. I don't want to speak for him, but I mean I have a gripe. And not bring down the total organization.
No, I love his response today. His response was great.
If I have an issue with you all on the board and president,
and he knows all of us, and like I said, I met him in 1992. That was his first convention. So that he has a long history with the NABJ.
So that's why I love that he said that he didn't bring down the organization, if you will. I hate that we come off of a wonderful event. And you and I both, we get wore out from it in a good way because you then gave back, you poured into the next generation, you have a blast, it's fun, and this becomes the headline.
Yeah, it was a big headline.
You hate that, a la when President Trump, well, now president, but running for president in 2024 came to Chicago.
People were mad.
People were mad at the NABJ for having him there, and and because then you hate that becomes a topic of conversation. But I thought his response was great by not bringing down the organization. But the only thing I would say, and I would say it to him, is just that. He is now, because he's opened the door to having every conversation because he talks about sports, sex, relationships, literally video games, and he wants to be in everything. Now it's like a whole, new opportunity for more criticism than just a sports take. And that's just kind of that happens when you open it up to everything.
Rob G, you had one thing?
No, I was just to Kelvin's final point. I don't understand the benefit of doing something like this, given that the way you guys talk about NABJ, what it means to you, what it means to Black journalists this is celebration. This is about promotion, positivity.
Trying to build up the next generation.
Yeah, and instead, the big talking point is arguably the most famous Black journalist that we have. You're
currently, for sure.
You're bringing out negativity, and he's now only one of 4 individuals, according to him, to have ever gotten this quote-unquote award.
Michael Wilbon would disagree with you. He would say he ain't a journalist.
All right, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. As you know on the Odd Couple, we talk about everything. Yeah. We talked about Diana Rossini before anybody else would touch it. We're not going to ignore it. We're both members of this organization. We love what we do. We love what this organization does. Stephen A., as you know, as close as you can be to me as a friend, you know him. We're just going to talk about it, and we want to hear from you. 877-99 on Fox. And was the NABJ wrong for giving Stephen A. Smith the thumbs down award? Where are you on this? Should it have been done privately, or as Kelvin brought up too, he's very public doing everything, so is this fair game? Where are you? I think it should have been a private conversation. We'll continue that conversation next with you. It is The Odd Couple, where we deliver insight, not noise, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
Especially if you think Rob Barker might make another stop this week in the
Oh!
The Cowboys and Quinnen Williams reach an agreement on a 3-year, $106 million deal, making him one of, not the highest, but one of the highest paid defensive linemen in all of football. So guys got us thinking like, hey, Dak's back. CeeDee Lamb says you got the best wide receiver pairing in football. The O-line's pretty good. The running game's pretty good. Quinnen Williams is obviously handsomely paid. He's pretty good. They're saying Caleb Downs was the best player in the draft last season. They got him falling there. Why not the Dallas Cowboys in 2026?
Platform.
Exactly.
You can trade those
excuseless. That's what I'm going to call them. Excuseless, meaning this is the year, no excuses, right? You can say, oh, well, last year we had a new coach, Schottenheimer, and this, that. Well, this ain't year one. And Dak Prescott's already come out and said this is a Super Bowl caliber team. And you look at last year, they were 7-9-1. Obviously not the season they wanted, but when you look at what they were able to do offensively, if you're talking about ranking first in the NFL passing yards per game, 7th in points per game. And then, of course, we know this team has loaded with weapons on the offensive side of the ball. You got CeeDee Lamb is the number one. And then you got, of course, Pickens. He's like a number one on another team, but he might be your number two. And he was been spectacular, 1,400 yards last year and was a second-team All-Pro. So I'm looking at this as you already know offensively what you have. Dak Prescott at this point can run the offense with his eyes closed, but it's all about the defensive side. They're kind of the NFC version of the Cincinnati Bengals, right? Both have prolific wide receivers. One quarterback I think is better than the other, but Dak Prescott has been really good throughout his career. It comes down to playoff performance, but the defensive side of the ball has really jacked up both of those teams. So they trade for Rashawn Gary, right? They get him. We just talked about Quinnen Williams, who had 11.5 sacks. Spectacular, man, clogging up the middle and getting after the quarterback. They got Sam Williams. They got they re-signed him, I should say. They got Kobe Durant as well through free agency to help, of course, with some of the takeaways. I mean, they have done, and that's just a half of the moves. You talk about drafting Caleb Downs as well and Malachi Lawrence too. So they've got a bunch of talent on this team. And to me, I look at it as, well, I don't want to hear any more excuses. I don't want to hear Jerry Jones talking like this, Ephraim telling me, well, if we only had this and if I only had that. I don't want to hear it. You got everything you need. You got some defensive players now. The offense looked like it could be just as potent as it was last year, maybe a hair better. I don't want to hear it. Cowboy fans, we don't want to hear it. Go get it done. Because the only team we all agree, at least on paper, looks like they should be great in the NFC is the Rams, right? I think they're the prohibitive favorites. If you're the Seahawks, you say, hold on, we smacked them up in the NFC Championship game. Sam Darnold had the game of his life. Don't sleep on us with the reigning champs. Okay, so you put respect on their name. Outside of that, NFC North, NFC North looks to me like it's going to be a bunch of really good teams, but no behemoth. We'll see if the Bears can keep going. Can the Lions bounce back? Can Kyler Murray all of a sudden resurge with the Vikings? And the Packers, are they just going to be, again, win 10-11, but you don't really feel them as a threat. So there's really no other team in the NFC. The NFC, South, you're not really looking at them as some behemoths as well, especially we don't know what's going on with Baker Mayfield and the Bucs. So my point is, you get to the NFC Championship game against the Rams, say it's them. Hey, and at that point, let the chips fall where they may. You got a chance to get to the Super Bowl. But what I don't want to hear from moving forward is excuses. You've righted up this defensive side of the ball as best you can in one offseason. Obviously, if you had a couple, 2 or 3 years, you could do more. But off one offseason, and again, they're similar to what the Bengals have been trying to do. Get some defensive pieces. Get some guys that can keep a lead up when Joe Burrow gets you, you're up 10 and you still don't have to lose. When he's thrown 4 or 5 touchdowns and he doesn't have to lose those games. So to me, there seem like there's similar AFC, NFC teams between the Bengals and the Cowboys. But that's how I view it, Ephraim. I just don't want to hear it anymore. Your quarterback couldn't get more veteran. Your receivers couldn't get more potent. You picked up pieces. You got a second year with your coach now. Get it done. All that sounds great. You just went on a diatribe of the Dallas Cowboys. This is their year. They're coming out of that's Rob G. They're coming out of the NFC. Oh, well, you just gave him all the points. Why it should, right? He made the statement.
I'm saying for them, yeah.
He made the statement, and you backed it up with giving all the facts and all of that. The one fact you left
I got the Lions
out
and the Rams, but that's neither here nor there.
Well, I mean, it felt like you had the Dallas Cowboys. To that point, you're forgetting one major thing, and you too, Rob. They are the Dallas Cowboys. And you can say, well, Ephraim, what does that mean? It means it's been 30-plus years
since a Dallas Cowboys team has done anything of note? Fox Sports Radio. It's the Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington, on a Magic City Monday. Katie Wu covers the Dodgers and MLB at large for The Athletic, coming up here in a couple of minutes. We'll take a few calls. By the way, stream us live wherever you happen to be in the iHeart app. Catch us in all your favorite Fox Sports Radio shows live 24/7 in the new and improved iHeart app. Just search Fox Sports Radio in the app to stream us live all day, every day. And be sure to select Fox Sports Radio as one of your presets in the iHeart app, so it's always going to pop up at the top of your screen. Rob G never heard this. How you never heard this, Rob G? I got to get you back outside a little bit, Rob G. You was in Vegas a couple weeks. How you missed this one? It is the Odd Couple. All right, let's get
in Vegas.
Yeah, that's true. Let's get to these calls. Basically, NABJ, Stephen A had a word off, if you will, a thumb off. It doesn't matter. We gave our piece. Let's see what the folks say. Who we got?
All right, Keith in D.C.
Keith.
You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Keith?
Thank you guys for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
I think the organization could have done better, and they shamed themselves on that, because everything that he actually said made good, valid points. He apologized for some things, and he had questions for others. Here's the problem. When they made the statement, they sat there and said this was for, I guess, for speaking to black females, negatively or whatever the statement was. Okay. What in Virginia, we just had an election where a black woman was running for governor, but she was a Republican named Winsome Sears. Man, you should see some of the things that were said about her. Where was the NABJ then?
Yeah, but the NABJ is about reporters and writers and editors, and those are the people that they protect. So the NABJ is not going around talking about whoever's running for governor. That's not the issue.
That's a good discernment, I guess.
I understand what you're saying, but right, that our organization is about
journalists, professionals in this space.
Television, radio, newspapers, internet. It's not just anybody black if you say something bad about them.
Yeah.
I hate to break it to you. All right, hey, Jay in Georgia, my man.
Man, Jay, why you ain't tell me you was going to be there, man?
Kevin, man, I was looking for you, man. You was MIA.
Man, I'm mad at y'all, man. I told that's the first thing I said today. I said I wanted to meet my dog, Jay. Come on, man. I know you could have took me to some good food spots out there.
Hey, he was hanging. Now I don't know. That wasn't your wife, right? Is that your wife?
That's my fiance. Yeah.
Hey, he got.
Hold on, Rob. That was a nerve. Hold on, bro. You could have put Jay on blast right there in that moment. Hold on, bro.
Yeah.
Whoa.
No, but I knew that she wasn't like some random.
I'm just making sure.
But I was gonna say.
I thought he was looking at me. I was like, hold on now.
No, he had a 10 with him, so that's why I was asking.
There you go, Jay. All right.
Jay Bird. She was very nice.
I appreciate it. Rob, you were good to meet you, man. I appreciate that. Kelvin, I wish you would have been there, man.
Whatever,
next time.
Whatever. I'm mad, bro. It's smoke when I see you.
No,
Jay,
when he hit me
Jay,
up,
I was on the.
He was like, I'm in Atlanta. You know, can I stop by the hotel, whatever. And I'm
Jay,
like,
man, I was on the Beltline buying some Rockstar outfits at midnight. Why you didn't tell me the Beltline was so lit?
Hey, man, I had y'all was so packed, and I had to park on the side of the street and cut my signal lights on. I'm just happy my car didn't get towed.
Man.
All right, what you got for us, Jay?
Yeah, where are you on this?
I'm kind of with the NABJ on this one. I think that award was kind of warranted because Stephen A is always public and so outspoken about the issues and the things that he has going on and that he disagree with. So it's like I really can't be mad at the NABJ for, kind of put him on blast.
Here's my only pushback is if now the president wants to have a private conversation, she should have had a private one with him first. Would you agree with that?
Well, I just or to me more
I'm just
post,
saying.
meaning we're saying the same thing. My thing is if you did it publicly, he would like to speak with you publicly. I'm all right with that.
Right.
Like meaning he said, come on the show.
Come on the show, and I'll give you your time, and you could.
I'm cool with that.
Want to say
as well.
All right, hey Jay, pleasure meeting you, my man. Thanks for the support. You know Jay, he loves the show.
Man, Jay, that's my man. It goes always good.
He was like, "Where's Kel?" I'm like, I don't know where
everybody
he is.
all week thought we were supposed to be Siamese twins.
Right. I'm like, I don't know where he is.
Man, where Rob at? I don't know. I see that man every day. I got to know where he is, even in Atlanta. All right, Katie Wool on the other side of trending right now. We're going to check in with Steve DeSager.
Baseball's late game tonight. Hey there, starts up in 10 minutes with the Dodgers at Colorado. Rocky star catcher Hunter Goodman was scratched in the lineup with shoulder inflammation. He's hit 34 homers this year, but is now missing 4 straight games. Cubs shortstop Dansby Swanson will miss 4 to 6 weeks with a strained oblique suffered at bat yesterday. Cubs are leading 2-0 early against the White Sox, bottom of the second. Braves at Twins underway and scoreless. Royals lead 5-1 against the A's, top of the third. The Royals today activated first baseman Vinny Pasquantino and third baseman Michael Garcia. The Mets lead the Padres 2-1 in the bottom of the fifth. The sale of the Padres was approved unanimously by MLB team owners. Red Sox over the Diamondbacks 4-0 after 4. The Diamondbacks place second baseman Ketel Marte on the restricted list. The Tigers lead at Pittsburgh still 4-0 in the top of the fifth. St. Louis won the first of a doubleheader at Cincinnati 2-1. Cardinals and Reds now tied 4-4 in the nightcap in the bottom of the seventh. And 2 other games in progress. Phillies lead the Marlins 2-1, bottom of the sixth. Rays back in the lead on the Orioles 7-6 in the top of the eighth. Yankees pitcher Carlos Rodon will come off the IL to start Tuesday. The Buss family said it's selling its stake in the Lakers, so Jeannie Buss cannot remain as team governor then, but her attorney demanded a retraction of the trust statement today. In San Antonio, the public will not be voting on public funding for a new arena. The city council voted 6-5 against putting it on the November ballot. The city of San Antonio is due to contribute almost $500 million to the arena project, with the county raising another $300 million, the team about $500 million plus. In college football, Ohio State is preseason number 1 in the AP poll. Oregon is number 2. Saints rookie wide receiver, a top 10 pick, Jordan Tyson, could miss a couple of months with a strained hamstring, and wide receiver Malik Neighbors of the Giants returned to team drills for the first time since last year's torn ACL, although he wore a red non-contact jersey today. Back to you.
Steve, thank you. Appreciate it. Odd couple, Rob and Kelvin on a Magic City Monday. Joined now by Katie Wool. Covers the Dodgers and MLB at large for The Athletic. You can follow at Katie J. Wool. Katie, how are you? Here we go, Katie.
Woo, woo, woo.
So ridiculous.
Can you woo, woo, woo? That's for you, your own music, Katie Woo. What's up? How are you?
You guys crushed that. The standard now for me to appear on a show has just been raised.
Well, Katie, let me add to this.
This is The Odd Couple, entertaining and informative.
And Katie, I was going to add to it and say the Dodger fans need to woo side right now. What the heck is going on with the Dodgers?
Can you blame them? They're really not accustomed to losses like this coming so quickly, and just the overall play from the Dodgers so far below the standard of the back-to-back world champions. Now, every team goes through a rut, right? Like, you're not going to go 162-0, and I think the Dodgers of all teams, when you look at just the back-to-back world champions, the overall pedigree of this roster, warrant a little bit more patience than others when it comes to going through the highs and lows of the season. But this last 3 weeks of Dodger baseball and really the last month offensively is not what we've come to expect at all from this club. They had a big chance against the Brewers, a big weekend to kind of take the series. They drop 3 of 4. They lose the tiebreaker. This is all kind of impacts the National League playoff picture. You heard Dave Roberts after Sunday's game just not playing good baseball. Max Muncy saying the same, saying Sunday was a big one that they needed to win, and they just need to kind of shape up. And you know, I think that's the message across the board. Dodgers are going to be okay. We know they're a playoff team, but the way that they're playing right now certainly leaves a lot to be desired.
No doubt. And then Edwin Diaz has been awful since he came back. My goodness gracious. And Dave Roberts, of course, said he's going to stick by him. But why? Because he has no other options really right now. But have you talked to Edwin? And is it rust? Does he feel like he's not locating his pitches? What is he saying is not right now?
We did talk to Edwin, and credit to Diaz, as you guys know, not a great. He's come back from surgery and just has not looked like the Edwin Diaz that we've expected to see. And he's made himself available every day that we've asked to kind of talk through this with us, so we have a better understanding. And the big thing, he thought it was mechanical, because when you're looking at Edwin Diaz, the fastball-slider combo, everything is a lot more flat. And he said the Dodgers really kind of pinpointed the massive drop in arm angle. So I'm not going to get all super metrics on you guys, but essentially from 19 degrees to 15 degrees is where they saw the decline in the angle. That's a pretty significant dip in his slot, and it makes sense when you are a pitcher that needs his pitches to go more north to south, but you're seeing more east to west in terms of location. Having a much lower arm slot makes a lot of sense. So at least the Dodgers feel like they have pinpointed a problem with Edwin, who said he's on board working to fix it. The problem is, as you guys know, closers aren't exactly put into, garbage time in the ninth to put the ball game away. They're coming in with the game on the line. And asking a pitcher to retool his mechanics in a, save situation, especially for the Dodgers right now who haven't had an ability to convert a lot of those saves, that creates a lot of pressure. And I feel for Dave Roberts when he says, this is the guy that we have to get right, so I'm going to keep running him out there. When you're the Dodgers, you can afford, as painful as it is, as much as fans don't want to hear it, you can afford to burn a couple games in August and lose some winnable games to get your closer right, because you need him to pitch better in October than you really need to do in mid-August. So Dodgers think that they found the problem. It's an arm angle. We're going to continue to see Edwin Diaz in the ninth, and then the hope is the Dodgers at least can figure out Diaz sooner rather than later.
She is. Katie Wu covers the Dodgers and MLB at large for The Athletic, on with the odd couple on a Magic City Monday. Katie, I want to go here. Bad series. Not a great season thus far for Kyle Tucker, right? Gets a bunch of money from the Dodgers.
He's batting 189 at Dodger Stadium.
and goes 0 during this against the Brewers.
Wow.
I mean, they really needed that series, too. Could bite them in the butt in the long run.
They might wind up a wild card.
Exactly. So just tell me, what have you seen from him? What's going on? Is it the bright lights? Is there something else? Is it something mechanically?
It is something the Dodgers cannot figure out. I mean, you said it, a 189 average at home at Dodger Stadium. Kyle Tucker has some of the worst home road splits in all of baseball. And, when we see him outside of Dodger Stadium, and he looks a lot more like the player that the Dodgers were hoping to see, considering they pledged a casual $240 million to him. But it's been mystifying. And I think what has really, reached a breaking point was in the ninth inning on Sunday. He drops a fly ball at the track. He kind of just jogs after it. It ultimately leads to 2 runs scoring later in the inning, and Dodger fans had enough, and they started booing him. And that's I haven't heard a lot of boos at Dodger Stadium lately, maybe because, they happen to win a lot, so not really a lot to boo about. But when you are Kyle Tucker and you were the prized offseason top free agent target available, and the Dodgers went out to kind of put you in the lineup, and it's an older lineup, right? Ton of respect in there, a ton of experience, but it's an older lineup. Kyle Tucker was supposed to bring that youth into there. He was supposed to be their number 2, number 3 hitter. We haven't seen him hit that high since the end of April. And he's certainly not to blame for all of the Dodgers' offensive struggles. But when you're making $60 million a season to hit, and you're not hitting, and you're really not hitting at home, it's created a big hole in that lineup, made worse by Will Smith's absence over the last 3 months.
No doubt. Last one, Mookie Betts. We already know this guy got earmarked for the Hall of Fame. 2 for 13 in the series against the Brewers in that 4-game series, right? And batting .236 this season, 15 home runs, 40 RBI. I know he got sick. You remember the start of
lost a bunch of weight
last year, and I don't know. He just hasn't been able to fully come around. He's had moments. Katie, but what do you make, and the same thing with Mookie Betts? He's been off the last couple of years.
Yeah, I've had a chance to talk to Mookie throughout the season, and he said the hardest thing about not just moving from the outfield to shortstop, it's been adjusting to the game as he gets older. He's in this age 33 season, and he said, I can't do the things that I did early in my career in my 20s, early 20s, mid-20s, and have the same success. I've had to learn how to play the game differently. I'm still adjusting to that, and that makes sense. He's going to go through the ruts, especially when you're playing a position as demanding as shortstop. It makes sense to see the offense dip a little bit compared to when he was in the outfield, but maybe not to this point. He's been pretty candid in saying it's been tough. Every time I feel like I'm getting somewhere, we're back to another bad week of baseball. I don't want to say this is who Mookie Betts is now in his career, but Dave Roberts said this the other day. We are far past maybe they can hit their way out of it. At this point, he's looking at his players like, I have a big enough sample size to say this is who you are this season. The Dodgers are counting on Mookie Betts this season based on his play to play a strong defensive shortstop and hit around 240. And if that's the player that he's going to be, it really ups the ante for guys like Kyle Tucker to figure it out, Teoscar Hernandez, Will Smith when he gets back, and even Shohei Ohtani, who is still having a great year when you look at the numbers, but certainly below the numbers that Ohtani would come to expect. It's a down year offensively across the board for the Dodgers. They'll hope to get right against the Rockies at Coors Field, get a little aid by the elements ideally, but really come September 1st, it's going to be crunch time for the back-to-back champs.
No doubt. Right. If they lose this series to the Rockies.
That's all there is. It's going to be a rocky situation, Katie. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
This is for you, not only your interests.
Oh.
Can you woo-woo-woo?
Can you woo-woo? Should be mine.
All right, Katie.
Mine.
Thanks,
Thank you, Katie.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it. Katie Woo there. Give her a follow. Katie J. Woo. Give her a follow there. All right. On the way, the Heisman may be adding a whole new section of demographic of voters. Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't like it.
You don't like it. We'll tell you why on the other side. It's the Fox Sports Radio. What are we doing?
It's a read. I think. All right, Rob G, college football and Deion Sanders and Colorado, I know people feel like the organization or the program has turned around. Deion thinks so, doesn't he?
Yeah, he did. And today he met with the local media for the first time this season, because before that it was, remember, Big 12 Media Day. It's not the same thing. Met with the local media for the first time today, and he was asked if he's feeling any pressure entering his fourth season with the Buffaloes. You'll love this answer. Take a listen.
I don't feel pressure. You know what pressure is? As a single mama, I'm trying to make ends meet. There ain't no man in the house. And she got to be the mother, the father, the provider, the disciplinarian, and everything. This is football. I'm really good at this. I can play this. I can coach this. I can do this. And you know, if you don't believe, you don't believe. God bless you. I need that. I like that. You put me in my comfort zone there. I'd rather be booed than clapped for, applauded. Because if you start clapping too much, I'm not going to trust you.
Come on, baby. Come on, Rob. Don't make that face, Rob. What you mad about, baby? Come on. Don't do it, baby. I've been knowing you for 25 years. You're going to be out here, baby. God still love you. You can treat me like that, but God love you too, Rob.
Look, I'm going to go here. I think Deion Sanders has been great for Colorado overall. And I specifically say Colorado.
When you use the term great, I have an issue.
Well, I'm saying for Colorado.
No, great is a big word.
But I'll say why. Not a single human being outside of the state of Colorado have been thinking about Colorado for I don't know how long. And for the last 4 years or so, give or take,
We have had conversations about them. They actually have won some games. They've actually, for the rest of their existence,
one ranked team in 4 years. Come on, man.
But this is why I'm saying what Deion has done. Let's even go back to Jackson State. Jackson State was 27-6 under his record. He won back-to-back SWAC titles, which is their title. So I'm not saying he won like it was a national championship, but that's all you can win is the titles of the league that you're in. And he was able to do that. All of a sudden, they're really good. Comes to Colorado, they're 1-11 the year before he gets there. The next year, they win 4 games. The next year, they win 9 games. They have a Heisman Trophy winner. They have his sons go to the NFL. One is drafted. And all I'm saying is for Colorado, he was building momentum. Now, the man has been going through so many health issues. He had a daggone toilet on the side of the daggone sideline. So I want to see what this year looks like because he's, at least what we're being told, he's healthy and ready to rock and roll. So the only thing I can look at is that he started coaching at Jackson State, 27-6, bunch of success. Started coaching at Colorado, they were 1-11. They win 4. The next year they win 9. So I was.
What's his record there? What's his overall record? And this is my issue. Standards are standards. For Colorado, for you to put a qualifier tells me all I need to know. Either you've done a good job or you haven't done a good job to qualify it and bring up for Colorado. No, where are all the celebrities who were on the sidelines the first year or whatever after they won a couple games? Those guys aren't there anymore. They're not doing any of that. That was a one-time, everything kind of worked out. They won their first game that people didn't expect. They played the team that was in the national championship game. TCU. So people were like, oh, wow. And then we realized that year TCU was really bad after going to the national championship game. But my point is there's a standard. And, and I don't think he's been that great at Colorado. He's been fine. He's been middle of the road. But the idea that he's like done some turnaround and miracle job and he's one of the greatest college coaches or he's done this great, use the term great. I just think that term is overused. He's done a good job. Okay, I'll say good. But he did a great job. He's under 500. 16-21. Yeah. If he didn't play, if he wasn't a Hall of Famer, a Pro Football Hall of Famer, I don't know. We would just think he's an also-ran coach who probably had one more year before they get rid of him.
And I don't disagree with any of that. That's why I said he's been great. I'll roll with you on good, but I'm saying for Colorado because the expectations at Ohio State are not the same at Colorado. The expectations at LSU are not the same at Colorado.
Yeah, but coaches get fired all the time from lesser programs, even when they're not expected to win.
Why would I fire?
I'm just saying, don't people know? But with lower expectations, don't coaches get fired?
Yes, but I'm back now to the guy Deion Sanders. Why would I fire a guy that has eyes, that has gotten recruits that we would have never gotten, that has gotten us a Heisman Trophy winner?
He got his son and another guy. That's all he got.
It doesn't
Who do you
matter.
got this year? Anybody?
Fox Sports Radio, Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Magic City Monday. Feels good to be back. Fighting through being wore out. Long, crazy week into the weekend.
I'm feeling it right now.
Back to the grind, early morning news show, all that good stuff, man. And if you missed any of today's show, be sure to catch the podcast. Just search The Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast. Please follow the pod, rated 5 stars, provide a review. And again, just search The Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast. You'll find today's best of version, full version. Rob G will get all that up in a moment. Rob G, speaking to you, Heisman and college football, specifically the Heisman, are looking to include a new demographic when it comes to voting.
Yeah, Steve Hartman is not going to like this one, guys.
When I worked for the Raiders back in the 70s.
Back in 1981.
Hey, shout out to my guy, Steve Hartman. He cherishes his Heisman vote the way Rob Parker cherishes his Hall of Fame vote.
Only thing is that mine is legit. I'm just
Oh, wow. So you're trying to say, Rob, that now that the Heisman has launched the Heisman hopefuls.
Exactly. There you go.
That
this is what
suddenly
I'm saying.
This is no longer valid?
This is not valid because now it's an amusement ride.
Like your BBWs.
So what they're going to do is they're going to have this
my bad.
Heisman hopefuls platform which will feature official player data and regular updated EA college sports ratings, fun stuff like that. But it will also allow fans to place the first official vote for the Heisman Trophy.
Hated it. I already hated it. I hated it. The whole idea that all they're going to do is vote for their favorite team or player on the team. Like, it's a popularity contest. That's not what this is supposed to be. It really is not. Kelvin, this is where you start making everything, you're bastardizing everything. Mm-hmm. Make this legit. Let the sports writers and the people who really know the game vote on it. We've seen it before. I told you before when the NBA started letting players vote on the All-Star team, they wouldn't even vote for LeBron or KD. Is that what you want? Come on, man. No. Can the Heisman be sacred?
It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be one of the most, if not the most coveted sport award in all of collegiate sports. And let me add to what you're saying, man. When you start doing that, you can have multiple things happen, Rob. We've seen online where you get a group of guys, being funny. Let's get a bunch of people to vote for it, and they'll vote for some random dude that's like the third string running back just to be funny. And nowadays with digital media, they can
make a campaign. 100%.
Exactly. And now all of a sudden a finalist.
Now we're voting for Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, some random dude or something. And I know they'll only weigh, it'll be a weighed vote, so I don't make it like they have the only vote. But you get what I'm saying, where they can make a mockery of it. Or also, as you just mentioned, look, I want my wide receiver who's all right, he's good, but he ain't a Heisman candidate. And it could just become a thing. And that happens all the time in the NBA where you get people who, if enough folks from a different country who love that player vote him in, it's like, all right, he's all right. He's giving you 16 a game. He ain't an all-star. So to me, I'm looking at the Heisman. I love the way they say it's usually around 60 living Heisman Trophy winners who vote along with the 860 writers from 6 different regions. So I like that to me. You got the writers who are locked in. You got the former Heisman recipients who get to vote. I like that. You don't need that. Well, everything ain't got to be, equal opportunity.
Yeah, I just think you got to keep it to where
this ain't an all-star where it's 24 people who get in, depending on the sport.
Yeah, I'm just saying, right. I
get
it.
One player's about to win the Heisman. One.
Open it up to fans just doesn't make any sense to me. I just don't like the idea.
Rob G, you in on that? Open it up?
Hell no.
Yeah,
even Rob G, and he's a fan. He knows this garbage, right?
Nah, man. There's something that should be sacred.
Something.
And that's one of them. And the idea that, all due respect to me, that I have as much sway in a vote as a guy who's covered college football for 45 years.
That's crazy.
Or who won a Heisman.
Or who won a Heisman is wild.
I like the way when they get up there, and you guys know, you've seen the award ceremony. Behind them is, however many they could get up there, 25, 30, 40 members of the Heisman Club.
Steve Hartman, I've seen him up there, right?
He has in the back corner. You notice the black polo back there. You know it was him. And I like that. That
I
look
can tell
like,
by the hair.
Welcome to I'm trying to move on. Welcome to the fraternity.
Jealous.
I like that.
I am jealous. He has all his hair and his jet black.
I know a guy. Come on, let me know when you want to commit. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, Raji. That's my new bet.
What?
If I win, you gotta dye your hair.
No, I'm not. Never.
Come on, Rob. No. You think they were on you at Magic City this week? This past week, I mean.
Only way I would dye it if I dyed it gray.
Yeah, and then we'll bring back the uptown fade. Just keep the mustache. It's going to be 1994 all over again, Rob.
Oh, God. Life was good back then.
I know.
Well, we read all about it.
We're going to get a sponsorship from Frigidaire. I'm excited.
Hey, I need that.
So, Rob, how many bones?
Samsung, I got smoke with y'all in y'all refrigerators.
What'd you say?
How many bones on the boneless couch, Rob?
Well, I'm going to New York, so I'm going to try the boneless couch.
Oh, God.
Oh, my gosh. Are you going to make it, bro? You all right? You need to sit down somewhere.
I hope I'm going to fall. No. I'm like, wow.
He said no.
Alex, he was in them streets with an S.
Really?
I mean, K.
Yeah, I was hanging out all week.
Every time I saw him, he'd be back in the lobby, tired, wore out. All the young dudes like, what we going to do?
I'm like, yeah, all right.
I knew it was real when after all that hype about Magic City, you came back before everybody else. He was on the hotel lobby with us, and he's like, I left them all there.
I left them there.
I can't take it no more.
We are Fox Sports.
when you look at Bob Iger's resume at Disney, the Lakers are not going to compete for titles. They're not. They're competing for your disposable income. They want in your wallet, and they're going to get in your wallet one way or another. So I expect Disneyland economics to come to that little arena down there on Skid Row in downtown LA. That's what I expect. Now, under the Disney watch, ticket prices at Disneyland, the inflation under Bob Iger, they went up 175%. 175% under this weasel, Bob Iger. That's the guy that now owns the Lakers. That's his resume. That's how he made all the money to buy the Lakers, by gouging Disney fans, by sticking it to the people that love Mickey Mouse, Donald, Goofy, and all the characters there in Disney. Think about 175% inflation on the price to go to Disneyland while Bob Iger was in control. And also, but wait, there's more. He added demand tiers, the upcharge at Disney, right? Dynamic upcharging at Disneyland. Those fast passes, they've changed the name now. It's the old medieval treasure map, if you will, where you monetize everything, right? In this case, nostalgia. You monetize that. Any kind of inconvenience, you put a price tag on that. You want to breathe extra air. Oxygen costs money. You're going to have to pay some money. That's purple and gold oxygen. Pay the man. That kind of stuff. Now, the courtside seats have already been ridiculous for years with the Lakers. So now they're going to require an extra 2 bank robberies to get those tickets, which is fine for those people, and possibly a crypto scam, which is appropriate considering the arena they play at. And parking, of course, you're going to need a loan officer to park, bypassing the halftime bathroom line. Unfortunately, we hate to tell you, that's going to cost you $39.99 for the Lakers Lightning Lane Plus package. Iger is a mad scientist. This Bob Iger, he knows how to turn loyal fandom into his personal ATM machine. Did it at Disney, and with a $12.5 billion price tag. I got to get that money, a little bit of that back, right? And so somebody, not me, but maybe you, will be paying for the magic kingdom of purple and gold, and it ain't going to be Mickey Mouse. It ain't going to be Mickey Mouse.
Slumping Dodgers have taken an early 1-0 lead at Colorado. Second inning RBI double from Mookie Betts. Yankees pitcher Max Fried was placed on the injured list with an elbow bone bruise. Pitcher Carlos Rodon of the Yanks will come off the IL to start on Tuesday. The Rays are in action tonight at home. First place in the AL East. Tampa leads 7-6 over Baltimore in the top of the ninth. At Philadelphia, Phillies ahead of the Marlins 4-1 in the top of the seventh. The Cardinals won the first of a doubleheader at Cincinnati 2 2-1. The Cardinals lead the nightcap at Cincinnati 5-4, bottom of the 8th. Tigers still leading at Pittsburgh 5-1, top of the 6th. The Red Sox are shutting out the Diamondbacks 7-0 in the top of the 6th. The Buss family said it's selling its stake in the Lakers, so Jeannie Buss cannot remain as team governor, but her attorney demanded a retraction of today's statement from the trust. I'm Steve DeSager.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
And you know, when you come back from the East Coast, you know, I woke up way early this morning.
You all off, thrown off?
Yeah, I woke up at 5 o'clock.
I'm not, can I just be real with you? You're not as young as you think you are. And I mean that so seriously. I'm talking to myself, too. And you were out there in the streets. Now you get back just to travel again.
I know.
Bruh.
I hope I'm going to be all right on this
plateau.
flight.
You're going to plateau at some point. He's like, psh.
I got 5 years left. My best 5 years.
You might have 5 days. I don't mean like serious. I'm just saying you might crash, brother, and they just rest and sit down for a day. You was in them streets.
It was some week. It really was. Great time. And Alex, wait till I tell you about, not this week, next week. You are going to be excited when I tell you.
What's next week, Rob?
I got vacation again next week.
Where are we going?
Where are you?
I'm not telling you about that?
It's about
Can
time.
you believe it?
I can't believe it.
Yes. All right. It is the Odd Couple.
No, I got to think.
No. Yeah, think about it. It's the Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington.
Reunite with Kinko's.
On a Magic City Monday. And thanks to Little Magic and the staff down there. You know what?
Shout out to him.
We had a great time. Got our jersey retired.
I forgot people would send me pictures of that.
What's that picture? Elijah, you should have put it up on the
Oh,
street.
my gosh.
We got it. I mean, it
Not
was.
that one, Elijah, the other one.
Yeah, not that one, Elijah, right. We're trying to hold on to our YouTube channel. But before the football season even kicks off, everyone's making predictions. That's right. Who wins the division? Who makes the playoffs? Trade every game on Kalshi. Download the Kalshi app and use the code ODD, O-D-D, to get $20 when you trade $20. Kalshi. Trade on anything. And don't forget, also, Mark Medina's coming up. He's our Fox Sports Radio NBA insider. Yes, we haven't heard that in a while.
I'll say, been gone a little bit. Ain't heard it in there.
He's coming up in 27 minutes. So make sure you stick around for that. And, of course, last call. Rob G, what you got?
Well, Rob, you ever heard of the expression fumbling the bag?
Yes.
Yeah. You should have heard the exchange during the last update between DJ Alex Tyshirt and one Kelvin Dub Washington.
What? They were fumbling? What happened?
No, I was in there being supportive. Hit me with the storytime music. I was in there being supportive to him.
What happened? What happened, Lucy?
He knows this. When I buy my juices and all that from him, I put it up on my socials. Everybody, who is that? Oh, my gosh, that looks good. Does he have more? Hey, man, that look good. I show him the DMs and the text. So I go in. He's got his menu up there now. I say, let me get this one. Yeah, let me get this one. Let me get that. Can you add a little apple juice to that? You know what would go better with that?
I want to order from your woman you. Okay, go ahead.
Whoa, that's
menu, woman you.
Oh, that sounded crazy. Yo, hold on.
Women you.
You just got back and you already wilding.
I need baby oil.
And I say to him, why don't we just add this? And he goes, you know what fruit you might like better with that? And I said, what? He said, watermelon. I said, hold on.
Oh, my.
I said, hold on,
wow.
Wait. We just got back. NABJ, you know what we're dealing with in this country. And this is how you do me, my man.
Put some respect on my name.
Did you see what Elijah put up there?
No.
We did. You got to hit the button. Put it up there.
Hey, yo. No, he put racist up there.
What?
That man looked me in my eyes. I'm over here talking about adding some apple to the carrots and orange juice.
I was just thinking,
mix.
I was like, I know what a K-Dot would like. I know what.
And now it's a K-Dot. See how this is the black. See what I mean? That's what he said.
And then it was like, add a little watermelon.
He said, add a little with a straight face. And I was like, I'm going to let my dog DJ Ali Alex slide. But Rob G was like, nah.
Racist.
And then
ain't letting this slide.
Then he said, cut up some fried chicken, dump that in there as well for flavor.
I was just sitting there like, dang, that's how you do me, Alex?
I said, K-Dot, don't worry. I won't give you a glass bottle. I'll get you a double cup. I got
See
you.
what I mean?
Oh, wow.
You see what I mean? And I'm trying to listen. My people want to support
Let
him.
my people go.
My people are trying to support him.
I appreciate y'all.
No, you don't.
I do.
We need to call the NABJ and say new thumbs down award.
New thumbs down award.
DJ Alex
Seischer.
I literally have an item called OJ did it. Come on.
Yeah,
That's a
I
great one.
specifically said I want an apple juice, Rob G. Did I not? And then he goes, you know, watermelon goes great with that.
No,
Wait,
you said
I
beets.
specifically
said beets.
Okay, I specifically said beets, and you said watermelon.
My
I almost
favorite
beat
mix.
you up in there. That's what I almost did.
That's my mix.
Oh, man, you lucky I like that one. Shout out to DJ
We would have
Alex.
let it slide, and then he said, also some grape soda if you want to put that in there.
No, Rob G, now you getting yours off.
Wait a
Hold on,
minute.
Rob G, now you getting yours off on there.
He said he wanted to get the greens in there nice and collared.
And you started all this by talking about him and Monty. We're going to do the show in English
Yeah, you
today.
started this, right? Now we got a full-blown race war on the Odd Couple.
Now they're taking it out on me.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say about. What did I say?
I just said what you said.
What did I?
That this one, they didn't have to have the English subtitles
Now the
today.
show's in English again.
What?
Man, ridiculousness.
No hablo español, Rob G.
And Alex, I was gonna have Elijah put your menu on the screen so people can see it and
Yeah.
whatnot. No, not anymore.
Why?
Wow.
What you mean not anymore? Because if
I
I
did
do,
not say anything.
right above it, it's gonna be this. Put it up there again, Elijah.
I plead the fifth. I didn't say that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I said, yeah, just add some beat to it. Yeah, you know watermelons go with that. I didn't say nothing about no watermelons.
Racist.
I'm telling you.
Whatever. Just have my
Rob,
stuff ready for me Wednesday.
I got you.
All right.
You know that.
You know what, K-Dot? Take tomorrow off because of that.
All right. Thank you. Well, half off.
All right. Well,
2 for 29.
29.
29 or 250.
There was a lot of that going on in Atlanta.
How much are the dances now, Rob? How much for a dance?
4-0.
Really? What about 29 or 2 for 50?
29 250. I would definitely take
He
that.
was out there trying.
Do they have 2-for-1, 3-for-1s on a Tuesday night with NABJ mentee night?
No.
They charging full price still?
No, we got a deal, but it was great. It was great. I don't even know what else to say other than they took care of us.
Yeah.
Lil Magic, his staff, Taylor was our waitress.
Mm-hmm.
She did a great job. The wings were great. Everybody got a chance to try them. It was just a fun night. It really was.
I have one beef before we get on to something else.
No, they only serve chicken there.
Yeah, and that's my beef with you.
What?
Racist.
I told you on the air, bring your boy back.
Oh, some
a
wings?
10-piece.
Oh, yeah.
And you came back with a flappy shoe.
Which is now at the shoemaker. It's going to
All
cost
you
me
came back. What were you doing in there that Zion Williams threw a shoe?
A pair of Jordans. My favorite pair of Jordans.
No. Alex, I'm not exact. It wasn't like a little, like, imagine this is the shoe and this is the bottom.
You should have saw the fit I had on. Black shirt, some really nice jeans that were like black, white, and gray. And then my shoes all
And his shoe was straight talking.
How?
And I said,
it just came loose.
I knew it might have been some things, doing some things.
I
didn't expect your shoe to be doing that.
All right. Rob G, can we get to
Let's get
Kawhi?
back to sports.
Yes.
You guys are just derailed this whole show. We didn't have this problem last week. I want you to know that.
Oh, I
we
bet
were
you
straight
didn't.
laced and
I bet
And then they're going to bastardize the Odd Couple.
Yes.
Rob G doesn't want to take any calls.
I know he ain't
answer.
answering.
Zero.
Now, is Monty on the
Zero.
phone type? She like the
No,
phone?
Monty
No.
wants to talk
Nope.
too. That's the problem.
But we read all the YouTubian comments.
No. This
they
show-
don't count? All right, I'm going to tell everyone in
didn't
the
say
chat
that.
right now.
All right,
Stop commenting. Rob don't want to read it
I
anyway.
didn't say that. What are they saying anyway?
Oh, a lot of racism in this chat.
What?
A lot of racism.
All right. All right.
We'll read some more later in the show.
Oh, my gosh.
But big story of the day, big news of the day, involves the non-story with the Clippers. The NBA has decided, according to ESPN, that they can find no evidence that Steve Ballmer funneled money to Kawhi Leonard as a way to circumvent the NBA salary cap, even though there is mountains upon mountains of circumstantial evidence. Apparently, they need an email that explicitly says, unless you give this amount of money, then we will do X, Y, and
Steve
Z.
Ballmer is not writing an email.
Of course
with that.
not. So, guys, here's my question. I'll double pose it to you first.
Mm-hmm.
If you can circumvent the cap this easily, basically, as long as you don't put it in black and white lettering, you can work around it very easily. What's the point of even having a salary cap in the NBA?
There lies the question. And if you dive a little deeper into salary cap, how it all works, back in '83, the NBA players tried to, get around that and basically because a lot of teams were starting to fold back then. And so they were like, man, we want to have it where we can get all the money we can at one particular time. And ultimately they agreed on what we know now as the CBA, which is 51% of the money going to the salary cap for the players and all the revenue that's gained. But my thing, and I'll just say it quickly, Rob, because we've talked about it before. We got 3 or 4 baseball games going on right now in front of us with all these TVs. And I just look at it as, again, we talk about all the time how the baseball union is the best. And I'm just wondering, at NBA players, especially NBA players where you yourself, because baseball, you got 9 guys and you got, you got to play both sides of the ball, whatnot.
Right.
It's different. If you're a LeBron, peak LeBron or Jordan or Steph or Kobe or Shaq, you change a team. If you're Kevin Durant, I go to your Warriors, it's almost a guaranteed win, so on and so forth. And it just would make sense that if anybody, a league where one player changes everything, can say, hey, we should get what I'm worth. What would Michael Jordan have been worth from like 88 to 98? You know what I mean? If there's no cap.
Right.
$100 million back in the 90s? What would LeBron,
remember,
peak
in
LeBron
his
have been
heyday,
back?
David Stern was making more than Michael Jordan.
Absolutely. It's ridiculous how low he was being paid and for the value that he brought to the league, particularly the Bulls, but the league as a whole. And I just think at a certain point, NBA players that, look, the money's great. We got guys who you barely know making 20, 30 million. It's guaranteed.
But they've blown it because their new deal is bad. All the contracts are not guaranteed anymore.
Yeah.
And now look at what these owners are doing. Nope, they don't want to sign.
Yeah, and
LaMelo Ball. Nope, we're not signing you again.
So it's just
see you later.
strange. At what point do they not look around and say, yo, we dictate so much? Steph Curry, what he meant to the league over the last 10, 12 years. Look, I already mentioned LeBron over 20 years. So on Kobe. And it just, at some point, I'm wondering, like, wait, why do we have to? Because when you just go along as business as usual, that's just, hey, man, money's good, life's good, okay, you don't think. But it's like, wait, why? MLB has more players than we do. Now, again, this may only, at least perceptionally speaking, benefit the top guys, right? If you're LeBron, if you're KD, when he was in his bag and all that, like, it only helps up as that. But, as long as guys are still getting guaranteed money, and obviously it changes the thing, because if I got to spend $200 million on LeBron for this year, I can't spend that much, even if you're a good player. I can't give you that much Tyrese Maxey. I can't give you all of that. But my point is, it just seems that's a conversation to be had again, and a fight that might be worth trying to have. I'm not saying it's going to win, but something you can strongly push
that
for.
Deal. Their deal went backwards.
They did.
I don't know how they allowed the owners to basically set up a system that killed free agency. That's what they did. And then the idea that you could have a split contract that's not fully guaranteed, that's another thing that was never a part of the NBA. You know what I mean? Their deals were always guaranteed.
Yeah, and that was one of the selling points. Unlike the NFL, you get these guaranteed contracts. MLB,
you're not
NBA.
getting these phony NFL contracts.
Yeah. $120 million. Only 80 guaranteed.
Right. You know what you actually signed? An $80 million contract.
Exactly. So I was just thinking, like, man, it might be something to strongly consider if the NBA, because especially, again, one player can change the dynamic. If you're Shaq and you go to the Lakers in the mid-90s, 96, all of a sudden, and obviously Kobe becomes a player. But my point is, you can change a franchise. If you're LeBron going to the Heat, you're LeBron going back to the Cavs, you change so much and you only get 25, 30, whatever it is at that time, man, you're worth way more to a franchise than that. You know what I mean? If you're Kobe to the Lakers for 20 years, Tim Duncan to the Spurs for 20 years, you mean so much to that franchise, and they only get 25, 30, 40. When you know your value, I wondered at a certain point if that's a conversation to be had.
Yeah, I think that ship has sailed. It's going to be hard to get it back because they gave it away. They had it, and they gave it away, and the owners were hell-bent on stopping people, right?
And I know, and again, I'm fully aware that this mostly, it helps, again, benefit the guys I mentioned, because if I'm going to spend $150 on a year, I can't give middling solid player that kind of money. They're like, all right, I'm going to give you $3 million versus everybody getting fed. I get that. But I just thought about, like, man, it's something to consider. At least that was my thought here. They're circumventing it anyway. They're finding ways to funnel money, wink, wink, allegedly. And if I'm a player, I might want to start having these conversations.
No doubt. 877-99 on Fox. 877-99 on Fox. Does the NBA need to get rid of the salary cap? Where are you on that? It is The Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, where we deliver insight, not noise, and we want to hear from you. This ain't a lame podcast, hosted by a couple of former washed-up players.
Draymond.
That's right. We're real journalists. And we're here for you. We want to hear from you, 877-99 on Fox, or for you laymen, 877-996-6369. And you know what you need to do, Alex?
What's that, Rob?
Aside from eating watermelon in your stick and stay.
Unless you're like Elijah and Kelvin, and you're trying to race bait me in the USA.
Oh, my.
Mike Sando, the Athletic, friend of the show, does a great job, canvasses the league, 50 executives, coaches of all walks of the NFL, weighing in on the NFL quarterback situation. And surprise, surprise, when it came time to the Tier 1 and QB1 overall, it was none other than Patrick Mahomes sits alone at the top spot. However, it should be noted, guys, for the first time since 2022, we actually had one voter, an anonymous GM, who had the cojones to actually place Mahomes in Tier 2. The first time in 4 seasons somebody said it with their chest. Mahomes hasn't really been great for the last couple of years. I'm not just going to give him QB1 a reputation, but again, it's only 1 out of 50. 49 others feel differently.
Yeah, this is why this list doesn't mean anything to me. If you can tell me you've watched Patrick Mahomes over the last few years and he's the same quarterback as when he broke into the league, I don't think you're being honest. I don't think you've really watched him because he's not the same quarterback. This is a reputation pick. And I'm not saying that Josh Allen should be number 1 or whatever, but Patrick Mahomes is definitely on the other side, going the other way. And we talked about it. We've talked about it on the show. I got into it with Trey Wingo, who acted as if he was still the same guy from when he broke into the league and started on an incredible run, which is fine. Nobody's trying to take anything away from him. But can we deal in the here and now and stop off of reputation? He's not the best quarterback in the NFL. He's just not. And you can make all the excuses you want to make. They make them for Patrick. Oh, you know, a running game. Oh, you know, this. He didn't have receivers. Oh, they had too many drops. Dude, if you want to play that game, we could play that game with every quarterback. Drops, no running game, bad offensive line. We could do that. Come on, dude, stop. You can't keep doing that. And I think you lose credibility, seriously, and this list. I take this list with a grain of salt, except for when it comes to Shedeur Sanders. That's the only thing they got right.
Wait, so now you take it with a spoonful of sugar when it's there?
No, because I think they're more accurate on the Shedeur, not the fans who just like him and his name and his flair and all that. He's, but if you really look at the numbers, like it was the worst starting quarterback in the history of the NFL who started.
Do you think he was the worst starting quarterback in the history of the NFL, though?
Yeah,
because numbers can have
by stats.
Right, but I'm saying
I do. I thought he was terrible.
No, I don't agree with that.
I thought he was terrible.
He wasn't great. He had to be the first to
tell you that. And if his name was Joe Smith, he wouldn't be on the team.
But I'm dead serious. Yeah, we'll talk more about that because I actually want to go with your Joe Smith scenario. Listen, Patrick Mahomes, you know what I think, Rob? I think he could use a little bit of being knocked down a little bit. The ESPN one had him at second for the first time in I think it's like the last 5-6 years. In this one, he's tier 1 and QB1. Had he been tier 1 QB4, I wouldn't have been mad at that because every now and again you need to be reminded of where you are, and how you've been performing. And he hasn't been great. He's been good at best when he used to be great at minimum, amazing at best. I mean, Rob, you look at when Patrick Mahomes was Patrick Mahomes, and the reason why every kid like 14 and under had a haircut like him is because he was giving you 5,000 yards with 50 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. The next year, 26 and 5, only 5 interceptions, QBR of 105. Then you go to 38 in 6 interceptions, 4,700 yards, 4,800 yards in 2021, 37 touchdowns, 2022, 5,200 yards, 41 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. So my point is, dude, there's been some bail. I've tossed him bail. You know that. All right, well, let's just see. Receivers were heard. This wasn't operating.
When they came back, you thought that it was going to be, and you remember what happened? It didn't happen.
Yeah, in 2024, the numbers don't look horrible, 26 and 11, but you're Patrick Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? If that was someone else, you'd be like, all right, it's cool. Even a Sam Darnold, you'd be like, all right, not the Patrick Mahomes, you're going up against your own standard. And I think there have been guys who have played the quarterback position for the last few years that if they were jumped up to QB1, quarterback 1, tier 1, quarterback 1, Josh Allen, we'll talk about Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow when healthy, there's a handful of guys. So I think it might have been some added motivation for him to say, dude, you've been the Don Dada. You've been the guy for a handful of years, 5-6 years. But right now, you haven't played like it. You're still good. We still think you're going to be one of the more amazing careers at the end of it, but I'm all right with putting little fires under his butt. Fox Sports Radio. Odd Couple. Rob Parker.
The show would be off the air if we
the Odd Couple off the air version.
We'd be off the
air. Yeah.
Well, no, that's for serious.
Listen, we fighting for on the air. We barely making it.
It's just so bad. I feel like Rob G and Monty right now.
Why is that? What you about to say, Dom? Oh boy, you know Rob G's 50 feet away from us, right?
Yeah, Rob, let me hear what you got to say.
What you about to say?
I don't have anything to say. I just mean putting on a very productive, fun show.
That's right.
With no calls.
That's right.
All right.
You have calls?
Speaking of calls, can we get
We got
to
a
those?
couple, Rob.
Hey,
G?
check us out
you
on
got
YouTube.
a couple. You see? You get all excited about calls. You can't even fill the phone lines, Rob. What's up?
I
Shots
know.
fired.
Well, because people are so used to not calling in after last night.
Okay, shots
They
fired.
don't even. They think they're listening to the Jason Smith show.
Oh, more shots fired. I'm just going back and forth. Anybody else?
But at least Jason gives out the number. Rob G won't even give.
No,
the
Rob
number.
G
We gave out the number a couple times.
No, Rob G say don't even call. You do what I do with my daughters. Daddy, what's the number?
Here's the number,
222, not for you.
Here's the number, but don't call because we won't answer.
Hey, Mark Funky Comodina coming up here in about 5 minutes. Be sure to check out the YouTube channel. We're on there right now.
Rob G, he hates callers. I don't understand.
He's not alone. That's a weird.
Because I'd rather hear you guys talk.
No, but
I don't want to hear me.
I want to
hear what Jay from Georgia thinks about this.
Yes, it's their show. It's not our show.
How much they get paid for this, Rob?
When he calls you next time,
break them off some of that bread. Then every segment that they call in, you give them some money.
I'll give you. Hey, you want me to break down the shows and give you the numbers? I'll do it for you if you want it.
Are you 6'7" than me right now? What are you doing?
6'7".
Yeah.
Don't get fired.
No, come on. How you get fired? We just got back. Don't get fired. YouTube channel. Check us out. Just search YouTube, Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. You'll find us. Like, subscribe, share. all that good stuff. And before we go, Rob G will read some of them for us.
Yeah, we could do some of that. Yeah, Rob G, can you edit it out? I want some positive. Hey, it's great to have Rob and Kelvin back. And
well, we got to clear them out right now. Right now, it's racist up in there.
I mean, I can read the last 5 comments. You let me know if you want to hear more comments like that, Rob.
I'm
you want to hear
nervous.
that? It's one person spamming the chat.
Oh, no, we straight with one person. Unless it's you with your burner account. Is it your burner account?
No.
Are they just talking about you and Monty? Or
no, it's just that there's one person who doesn't like the show and just cannot stop talking about it.
Don't leave that guy off.
Okay.
So he won one of the $1.3 million on the clip. So he wasn't one of those.
No.
Okay.
No.
I don't know why his tag name is Fred Rogan. That's weird.
Even Steve liked that one.
Yo, that is mad
that
funny.
was pretty good.
Thank you.
That was good. That's all right. I never miss his show either.
Yeah.
All right, Terrence in Oklahoma City. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Terrence?
Hey, how y'all fellas doing today, man?
What up, man?
We're doing fine. Trying to get back in the groove here.
I got a couple of comments before I make my statement. First of all, boss, you can't tell a black dude that watermelon mixes with anything.
But it does.
You can't. Hey, I know. Hey, I ain't saying that it don't. I'm saying you can't say that to a black man, boss. You tell a black man that, you're gonna get the R word called.
Hey, you know what happened? Hey, I turned around like that. I turned a meme when your boy did the little turn around like, oh, what?
Racist.
I turned around like, hold on, what? What you got for us?
Well, I was calling, man. First of all, y'all were talking about fumbling the bag a while ago. The NBA Players Association fumbled the bag with that new CBA that they did.
Oh, yeah.
And it's over for them. They're not going to ever get fully guaranteed contracts no more. They're not going to get that salary cap stuff. The best they can shoot for is trying to get that second apron taken off of there or relieving some of the penalties. Because within the next 3 years, it's going to be the haves and the have-nots.
Yeah.
Everybody can't have a $70 million player. You can't have two $70 million players to fill out your roster.
Which is funny is, to his point, Rob, we ultimately are getting, thank you, Terrence, we're getting what the salary cap is not supposed to. The point of it is all the players everybody can get good money, we can all eat. But it's getting where only one player on the team can eat.
No, because of that, where it is. And we saw how many guys get dumped this past offseason.
I mean, they just signed LaMelo Ball to that extension. You thought he was going to be the guy, forever there. And next thing you know,
even
Jaylen Brown?
Jaylen Brown, think about that. I'm sure that's why he was so shocked. They signed him to that big contract and then no, okay, we're good. Thank you.
Well, the good thing about it for him, for LaMelo, from all them other players, it ain't the NFL. Because they could just be releasing you, not paying you nothing. At least the money's guaranteed. All right, on the other side of trending, we will have Mark Funky Cole Medina. Hit me with that laugh. He's got a lot to laugh about today. And we'll talk to him in a minute. Right now, he is Steve DeSager.
Let's update the baseball scoreboard. The Dodgers have been slumping for weeks. They are up 5-0 at Colorado in the bottom of the third. Max Muncy with a 3-run homer. Already Tampa Bay has edged Baltimore 7-6. The Rays had won 9 in a row until the weekend when they lost 3 straight to the O's. But back in the win column tonight, the Yankees now 6 games back at Tampa Bay in the AL East. Yankee pitcher Max Fried was placed on the injured list with an elbow bone bruise. Yankee pitcher Carlos Rodon will come off the IL to start on Tuesday. As for the Cardinals and Reds, they are playing a doubleheader. St. Louis took Game 1 2-1. The Reds have tied up the nightcap. It's 5-5 in Cincinnati in the top of the 10th. Top of the 8th at Philadelphia. Phillies leading the Marlins 5-4. The Tigers' lead at Pittsburgh is now 8-4 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Red Sox 10-1 over the Diamondbacks in the bottom of the 7th. Top of the 9th in New York. Mets leading the Padres 2-1. The sale of the Padres was approved unanimously by MLB team owners. The sale price is $3.9 billion. Minority owners include Joey and Jesse Buss. The Buss family said it's selling its stake in the Lakers, so Jeannie Buss cannot remain as team governor there, but her attorney demanded a retraction of today's trust statement. In San Antonio, the public will not be voting on public funding for a new arena. The city council voted 6-5 against putting it on the November ballot. The city of San Antonio is due to contribute almost $500 million to that arena project. In college football, Ohio State is preseason number 1 in the AP poll. Oregon is number 2, Georgia number 3. Saints rookie wide receiver Jordan Tyson could miss about 2 months with a hamstring injury. He was drafted number 8 overall. Washington will reportedly cut kicker Jake Moody. Jets running back Breece Hall suffered a groin injury at practice. It's not considered serious by the team. Jets quarterback Geno Smith practiced fully today despite an ankle injury. And Live Golf canceled its championship weekend, so its season will end with this weekend's event outside Indianapolis. Back to you.
Steve, thank you so much. Appreciate it. It is The Odd Couple on a Magic City Monday. Checking in now with our man, Mark Funky Co-Medina, Fox Sports Radio NBA insider. Streets to say that he missed us. I can't tell if that was the joke one or the real him. What's up, Mark?
Rob, Kelvin, I did miss you. Hope you threw down and got a lot of great wings in ATL, and I hope you guys weren't fighting like the Bus siblings are.
Man, what's new? They are the real-life Succession TV show.
I know. My goodness gracious, but what is she? Jeannie Buss, does she have nothing else to do? Is that why?
Stop
No,
it,
I'm
Rob.
that serious.
She loves being the Lakers and the fabric of L.A.
Yeah, but she took all the money. They
got
sold
a TV show about her.
They sold it. Move on. Go do something else, Jeannie Buss.
Well, I mean, Rob, when you own 17.5% of a billion-dollar franchise, I think that illustrates that she wants to keep getting that money. So she wants to keep getting the bag. So, yeah, I mean, what's fascinating is even though it's clear that, you know, everyone except her voted for the siblings to sell their 17.5% share, her lawyer, drafted a letter saying not only does she oppose it, but they have legal grounds to contest it.
So why have a vote then? I mean, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, Rob, hear me out here. On one hand, yes, you have to have majority vote. You also have to have at least 2 of the 3 trustees vote, for that. So even though she's in the minority, Jeannie Buss's lawyer is citing documents that a judge ruled in 2017 that she can remain the Lakers' controlling owner for the rest of her life. So I don't know what's going to happen other than I think we're going to see a lot of lawyers get rich in the near future here.
Yeah,
there you go. You're just spending money there to have this play out.
Hey, what do you think of, Mark? Let's just say, of course, you have the Lakers being bought out. We know the Celtics being bought off. Somebody we know Portland. Just kind of where the league is.
Mark Cuban, Michael Jordan got out. There's a lot of people getting out.
Yeah, what do you make of where the leagues and just even other sports leagues, baseball, the hockey, so on and so forth, where it's kind of more conglomerate based, not your mom and pops, they're all kind of selling out. What do you make of where the leagues are going?
Yeah, well, clearly that's where the trend is, and I think that when we look back a year and a half ago, that explains why, the Buss family changed course after being so adamant that it would always be family-run, because their father, the late Jerry Buss, always wanted it to keep it in the family. The valuation illustrated that this wasn't sustainable because this is their, lone source of revenue. While they'll never be poor, they're operating on a different playing field than, these mega-rich ownership groups. But I think today's development is completely different because when you're looking back at 2017, Jeannie Buss has either fired her brothers or litigated it.
Yep.
Firing Jim because she didn't think that he did a good job with basketball operations. When he and Johnny tried to attempt a coup, they were able to litigate that, and the courts decided Jeannie was in the right. And then last year, after showing a lot of public praise toward how Jesse Buss was as a scout, how Joey Buss was with overseeing their G League team, she approved of getting rid of them as part of Mark Walter's larger changes within the front office. And so today it was almost like a role reversal where this was an opportunity for all the brothers to say, you know what, Jeannie, we want you out now while we also get paid. And so whether that's going to happen or not, the courts will likely decide, but that was the attempt here, that they want to be able to get their money but also force Jeannie's hand because of what she's done to them in the past.
Mark Funky Medina on with the Odd Couple on a Magic City Monday. Let me go here with you. What do you make of the NBA saying that they didn't find Steve Ballmer and the Clippers, didn't need them funneling money to Kawhi Leonard? Just your thoughts on that.
Yeah, speaking of a whole other litigated mess in LA, right? We already have the Clippers and their investigation. I thought what was telling was that the Clippers released a statement affirming that, you know what, we didn't do any salary cap circumvention. All we did was introduce players to clients. That's, normal protocol, and linked the actual story, where then the NBA said that story is inaccurate, but without sharing specifics, and also conceding that, those reporters reached out to the NBA for comment and they declined it. So it was a classic non-denial denial. But I think what the subtle pushback was any idea that the NBA has wrapped up its investigation, and just because maybe at this current point they haven't found evidence of salary cap circumvention, that's not the conclusion that that's the end-all, be-all. So if that's the conclusion, it's going to be disappointing because it seems like there is evidence, but I think the NBA is, countering that. Nothing is set in stone quite yet.
Yeah,
so,
I just don't see it. I don't see them doing anything to Steve Ballmer unless you have documentation or tapes. Like don't forget,
more than that, to be honest with you.
When Donald Sterling got run out, they had a tape.
Yeah,
it wasn't a question mark.
So why does that have to be magic?
You know what I mean? But you know what I mean. I mean, Mark, like they had the evidence. There was nothing he could say. And if you don't have that kind of smoking gun, Steve Ballmer is very rich and very powerful, yeah. and you're not going to have like some, well, maybe it looks funny or whatever. You better have something on the record. We talk about it all the time, and they don't have it.
Yeah. And I think what you illustrate here is why both the Clippers case and the Lakers case, it's so problematic for the league. It's clear because of how wealthy these ownership groups are, they're more powerful than the league. And even though, by definition, Adam Silver is supposed to work on behalf of the owners, he's also supposed to be able to have jurisdiction power over them, as well as resources to penalize if there's wrongdoing. But with the Clippers case, you hit the nail on the head. Unless there is that clear smoking gun, it appears that the league is afraid to get in a litigation battle against Steve Ballmer because he has the financial resources to do it. Look at the Lakers organization. How did they even let this ownership sale pass through last year with Mark Walter?
Thank you.
I think all of us reacted as general fans. Hey, this could be great because of Mark Walter's success with Guggenheim Group with the Dodgers.
But he's been investigated
willing to spend. Right. But exactly what you said, Rob, that the NBA had access to his business dealings and what he owes and loans. How was that all passed through? So,
and let me ask you this:
yeah,
could that also affect his ownership with the Dodgers? They say he's selling his soccer team. Chelsea's about to sell that.
Yeah.
And what if baseball comes along and goes, you might have to give up, the Dodgers?
Yeah, it very well could be. I mean, look, right now their messaging is he only wanted to sell the Lakers, and he's committed to the Dodgers and the Sparks. But, all it takes is one amazing offer that's too hard to pass up, number one. And number two, we still don't know the severity of how bad these outstanding loans are. And so I don't think the door is shut on the Dodgers, the Sparks, or anything else that Mark Walter owns.
I want to go here, one more for me at least with Mark. Russell Westbrook, how do you personally size up his career, surmise it? I mean, 18 years, obviously a bunch of accolades, but the last 4, 5, 6 years been a little rough. How do you sum it up?
Yeah, I think that all things can be true. I think that he's going to get in the Hall of Fame. He's obviously undisputed leader in triple doubles. Both his fans and critics will say, you know what? We'll concede that he is a great competitor and he impacts the group. He's always available. But, his record is his record. He was great in Oklahoma City, but he was traded to multiple teams for a reason, because he had a high salary that did not justify what they were getting on the floor. And no one's ever doubting, his competitive intentions, but what people have doubted was how effective was he adaptable with his role in today's NBA, as well as other teammates. So,
see, my problem is I don't know how you could keep him out with the triple-double, right, which nobody had done in 40 or 50 years.
He's in the Hall of Fame,
right,
but that doesn't mean he doesn't deserve scrutiny.
No,
for
I'm
his
not
career.
saying that, but this is the same Hall of Fame. Amari Stoudemire, Tracy McGrady, Doc Rivers just got in. No, like Tracy McGrady couldn't get out of the first round of playoffs. Seriously, and he's in. I don't know how you like question it. It's so all over the place. There are no numbers or magic numbers that you need to have, Mark. You know what I mean? So you could sit there and debate it or question it. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
No, he for sure is.
Yeah.
I think it's.
Well, guys, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame, but it's mostly because of entirely what he did in Oklahoma City.
Right.
When you're looking at the latter part of his career, he was a journeyman, and every time that he joined a team, whether it's with the Lakers or the Clippers or the Nuggets or the Kings, they would always say, we want Russ to be Russ. And by the end of the time there, they decided, you know what, we're not going to bring him back. And with exception of the Kings, in the playoffs, those teams would not play Russ in crunch time in key moments because his shortcomings were just too glaring to make up for the positive attributes that he brought as a competitor. But, his time in Oklahoma City was amazing. So because of that, he will be in the Hall of Fame. But I think that when we look at his legacy and his career, I think it's fair game to put all those things into the proper context and not just ignore not ignore
I
the
agree
flaws,
with that.
but also put everything together.
I just don't think they push on anybody. Like everybody gets in. It's an open door there.
This was
it's lost. It's
aside from
luster.
Candace Parker, it was one of the kind of more underwhelming. Like, all right now, like, who? What?
Yeah,
Mark,
bad.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much as always.
Oh yeah, buddy. Thank you.
I appreciate you. And Rob, there's no disputing here. Congrats, you're a Hall of Famer in Magic City, right?
Oh yeah, there you go. We got a little jersey retirement. Pretty happy about that. There it is.
There it is.
Look at that. Elijah's the best. You see, it's on the screen there. You see it? Very nice.
Love it. You have an amazing legacy over there, Rob.
Thank you, my
the
man.
fact that Rob Parker never changed, man. You're one of one. You are 101, dude. Mark, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys.
Yes, appreciate you, buddy.
Because the more I think about that once I saw who put that, like that wasn't your picture. That was Magic City's picture.
That Magic, that's from their IG.
Yeah, I know. That's what made it even
Isn't that
funnier.
awesome? That Magic City was like, yo, we love it. And they put the hands and
what if that ends up being the first thing in your eulogy?
That's okay.
Here lies Robert Lee Parker Jr. III.
Who had his jersey retired at Magic City.
They call him the James Harden of sports media.
Yeah.
Right now, I need to know. Press box or Magic City?
Ooh.
Which one means more to you
Don't
right
answer
now?
that. Answer that on the other side.
On the other side?
Oh, man.
877-99 on Fox. 877.
Wait a minute. Just one question. Do they have baby oil in the press box? I just want to know.
No.
Okay.
877-99 on Fox. Last call. Your chance to get on the ridiculousness that is our show. Hit us up, Fox Sports Radio.
It's last call time on The Odd Couple. If you had a take and couldn't get in all show, here's your chance.
Your call's important to us.
Call us at 877-99 on Fox. Hurry up. Rob and Kelvin got to get out of here.
The latest installment of the NFL Top 100 was released overnight, and it was ranked 40 through 31. The guy who came in at number 33 overall, Jared Goff. Sounds about right. 33rd best player in the NFL. It's not nothing to cool about. The problem with that is that is 6 spots ahead of Justin Herbert. 11 spots ahead of Joe Burrow. Here's my favorite. 36 spots ahead of Lamar freaking Jackson. Rob Parker, make it make sense.
It doesn't make sense. And this is typical. You know what? For a long time, Jared Goff, and I know that's your quarterback there, Kelvin.
Quarterback.
But he's overrated. And people keep talking about Jared Goff, this and that, and he's overrated for this reason. I don't care what numbers he puts up. He has not been able to put up the numbers in those big games that you need him to put it up. And that's where, if you're going to hold that to Lamar and some of these other guys, right? And I get it, they're coming off injuries, and maybe that's why they're pushed down. You know what I mean? Pushed down. But Jared Goff, some of the biggest games, and you know this, Kelvin, last year, 2 years ago, right? Was it? No, yeah, because they didn't make the playoffs last year. 2 years ago. That game against Washington at home, 9.5-point favorites, and Jared Goff wet the bed. If he was that quarterback and people really thought he was that dude, he would have never been traded from the Rams. Remember, the Rams had a smoking hot offense when he was there. They actually were averaging like 35 points a game. Come the Super Bowl, they scored 3 points on an 89-yard field goal, and that was it. They were like, okay, he's the weak link. We got to do something else. That's where Matthew Stafford. They took Matthew Stafford, who hadn't even won a playoff game in his career, over Jared Goff, who was a Pro Bowler, who had his offense clicking, one of the top 5 offenses in the history of the NFL. None of it mattered because they didn't think he could get the job done when it mattered most. Last year, if you remember, they played the Minnesota Vikings, Kelvin, against a third-string quarterback, and he threw, 4 picks? He was awful in a game the Lions had to win, if you remember that. That was another one of those moments where Jared Goff turns into Jared Tennis, and he's just no good. And that's why when you look at these lists and people prop him up and they look at some stats and all that, I don't buy into him. I think he's a good quarterback, middle of the road, but I don't think he's an upper echelon quarterback.
Man, he is ranked 33rd. He's ranked, depending on which one you're looking at, about the 8th best quarterback. You did all that talking just to tell me the man is properly rated. Nobody said he's better than Patrick Mahomes or he's better than Josh. I don't think he's better than Lamar Jackson, and I agree with you on that.
But it's Lamar and Joe Burrow.
Right, I agree.
How in the world could he be 35 spots ahead of Lamar Jackson?
The 2 lists we've been going off of do it differently. So the tiers one, we just talked yesterday. Who were we on the phone with again? Mike Sando, and he didn't even admit it. Like it's kind of random how we do it. It's history. It's also projecting future, and it's also current. The top 100 is based simply off who had the best year, who was looking good last year. So that one I can get with because it makes sense.
But they didn't even make the playoffs last year. I mean, that's
right.
The other
but they were 9-8, and his stats were his stats were. If I told you his stats, you would think he was in the MVP race.
No, but
34 touchdowns and 8 interceptions.
Okay, but
4,500 yards. Anybody else, that is an amazing season for them.
But when did he get the numbers? When the games that mattered, they lost to Minnesota at home, and then they lost to a third string. Go look at the numbers in the 2 biggest games of the year.
And I'm telling you, the man put up crazy numbers. So he, to me, is properly rated. Jared Goff, what he has done over his career specifically, if you even want to include the Rams, it's more incredible. The man has been to a Super Bowl. The man has been to an NFC Championship game, which we all agree they should have won against the 49ers. Credit the 49ers for taking that game from them. And how long did you cover the Detroit Lions?
20 years.
20 years. And if I told you that you'd have a quarterback who will be 48-33-1, 48-33-1.
What's his record?
That dude has had a very good career.
What's his record in the postseason when it matters the most?
With the record of the postseason when it matters the most, he's 2-2.
Yeah, and the biggest games he had
2-2 in the postseason.
He hasn't been there.
Matthew Stafford didn't even win a game in the postseason.
That game,
Stafford,
that game against Washington is
okay. That game you too.
That's his game. That's his career. That's what they got him for.
That was Dan Campbell's
that's
game.
What they got him
that
for.
That was not Jared Goff's game. Sports Radio, Odd Couple. What a show, man. Back in the saddle
We both persevere. We push through.
In full effect, we are, right?
We made it. Odd Couple, Rob and Kelvin.
If you see me in New York walking the street eating
Which
hot
is
dogs,
ridiculous. You got to relax.
what
bro.
I'm doing, I had a glizzy in my mouth. I haven't had a hot dog with a bun on it in a minute.
No buns?
No, you know, he finally back getting buns now.
Oh, yeah. He had a week full of buns.
Yeah, he had a whole 6 months no buns. Sabbatical. Alex, like you out here in these streets.
I'm going to Papaya King. They have the best hot dogs in New York on Broadway. Papaya King. There you go. Look, that was the Dodgers. Look how big that hot dog was.
Right I'm like, why were we talking about this? Remember when Ephraim was here? We were telling Ephraim how you finally.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. We were excited that you finally put, the meat and the buns going back together. We were excited about this. Ephraim was like, hey, yo. He wasn't prepared for all that.
Rob G, any
Mob YouTubians?
Nothing.
Yeah, we got some of them.
We got a last call coming up, too.
Did the racism, did it feed its way through? Is it gone now?
I mean, it's
Let's
still,
stay away from
it's
it.
still going. Here's one. Adam Castro wants to know, guys, what's the story behind Rob and Fred Rogan?
Who said this? Adam who?
Adam Castro.
Yeah, actually, you want to care to?
Nothing. We had a falling out.
Okay.
Is that fair?
That's fair.
Okay.
Curry 900 says, pause, Rob, wow. And then someone else says, yeah, man, Rob tripping, pause,
Wait,
take
what'd
it
you say?
easy.
What I say?
What did you not say?
That's also that, too. Yeah.
Talking about all the buns you ain't getting.
You're creepy.
I'm talking about I haven't had a hot dog bun.
Well, hey, speaking of buns, the final installment of One Night at Kinko's coming up this Wednesday.
One night at
Wednesday, yes.
You ready for that?
You got a new letter or no?
9:30 p.m. Well, I still got a little bit of the last letter I can finagle.
Well,
okay.
Because there is a lot in there that I can't use, but I found just enough to get us
Rob,
through one last segment.
You were in Atlanta for a whole week, and we have email now. So
I know,
we do have
right?
text
And
messages. We'll take a text.
And he turned right back around to travel.
Did you, Rob?
I mean, he's about to.
Where are you stopping?
So
I'm stopping in Atlanta for a little layover. Not long enough to get to Magic City.
Oh, for me.
hide your Kinkos. Anybody at Kinkos, beware out here. In these
Kinko's
streets.
is closed now. Don't you know that?
Rob's going to have cinnamon with his name on it, holding the paper.
Just hold it out there.
Daddy Rob.
And then last one, Sean in Sacramento, the mayor of the Odd Mob, says, why does Uncle Rob sound like he went through a carton of Cools and a pallet of Baby oil when he was in Atlanta?
You do.
His whole voice sounds like sin.
You mentioned Doc Rivers. You got a little Doc Rivers right now.
My voice is
Rob.
It does that, though. I'm actually shocked I don't have mine because every
you're good,
single
though.
Super Bowl and NABJ, I lose my voice.
Mine was bad. Like the day, I think after.
You were more, you had the whole day, whereas I would be out
in the morning.
And I were just, late.
Oh, I mean, right.
Recover and not be out. Like, I didn't have to be up and at it 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like, so you did more of that. So that's even more hours of talking. All right,
so we got to get our last call, right?
We do got to get to it. Let's get to last call.
This is the last call.
It's last call. Last call time on the Odd Couple.
All right, what we got?
All right, here we go. Shelton in New York City. What's up, Shelton?
Good afternoon. Good evening. How are you guys doing?
Doing great. Yeah, after that trip to Atlanta. We're good. What's up, buddy?
Come out here saying you got a glizzy in your mouth. We don't tolerate the glizzies, man.
What? No. Shelton, I'm going to Papaya King on Broadway.
I never went, and I'm a New Yorker.
You never been a Papaya King?
I'm a housebird, Rob.
Unbelievable. All you need is the red onion sauce, spicy brown mustard.
Oh, God.
It is so good. I'm not even kidding you. Okay. And the hot dogs, Shelton, they snap when you bite it.
All right, you got to relax.
They snap.
Nah, you got to chill, Rob.
Nah, you got it. I mean, you know what? You
emphasize the D. Go ahead. What'd you say?
I wanted to get in on this NABJ and Stephen A mess.
Get to it quickly. You're out of time. Go.
Yeah. We're and Shelton, sorry. It was too late. Just too late.
My bad, Shelton.
Shelton had a glizzy in his mouth, I think.
Oh, man. Shelton can't even go to work now. You just
There it is. Look how big that hot dog is. It's ridiculous.
Right, you got to relax.
That's a drop.
Yeah.
I'm so sick.
And if you don't listen to the Odd Couple tomorrow,
this is for you. Ow.
No, Elijah, bring it back. Look how big it is.